Hey, everybody. How y'all doing tonight? So, look, I know I was supposed to talk about Lisa Ngozi Williams tonight. I know that was really our original topic. But I'm sorry, I had to apologize because after I heard this news about Art Cathy, I just couldn't think about anything else but Art Cathy. Um, you know, like I said, I have been researching these people for a long time, for 5 years now. And Aunt Kathy is young. She's not an older person. She's a middle-aged lady, you know, and then just, she's gone. That was just devastating. And I didn't even want to believe it. Let me back up and introduce myself. So, hey, my name is Kiki Loves Nigeria, and I'm the host of this show. And on this show, we talk about anything and everything that impacts your repatriation journey. Are you visiting West Africa? Are you just, investing in West Africa or anything to do with West Africa? And if you know anything about repatriation or West Africa, you know about Art Cathy, and you know how important Art Cathy was to this movement. Art Cathy was, she paid, and it, let me slow down. Art Cathy played an important role in this movement. She was extremely important. Okay. For the Gambia movement, she was pretty much the face of that movement. So that's why we're talking about her. So we got to talk about her. Anytime you talk about repatriation to Gambia, if you don't talk about Art Cathy, you really can't. And Invest Relocate Africa, you can't talk about that movement. That lets me know you don't really understand that movement. So today I was getting ready for my let me finish. Did I finish out? Let me do fair use. Okay, so this is fair use. Let me put the banner up. This is fair use. And because I need to use other people's videos because they're primary sources. And I think primary sources is the best way to relay information and to share information. And tonight, we're going to relay information and we're going to share information about what type of person Art Cathy was, what we thought about her and what she meant to this movement. Because to me, she meant everything to this movement. Art Cathy was the person that I watched, the first person that I watched to talk about the Gambia. It wasn't Black Acres. It was it was Art Cathy and Kwesi Boyd. I remember they were shopping for furniture. And they were outside and they were looking at plants and they were doing, little different stuff. And I was like, wow, that seems like a nice place. That seems like it's really nice. So that's really how I discovered it. You know what I mean? So let me get back to it. So I told you who I was. I did fair use. Let's do opinions. Let me go on here and get this script. Y'all, the script was just so last minute because, like I said, I was planning on talking about Ngozi, and then I found out about this, about art, and I just couldn't even really focus on Ngozi anymore. I just kept thinking about art and, that she's gone. And that's just very, very, very sad. So again, I'm Kiki Loves Nigeria. I'm the host of the show. We did fair use. We did opinions. Your opinions. All right. Opinions on this channel. The opinions belong to you. If you're entitled to have your own opinion. Okay. You don't have to agree with me. I don't have to agree with you. Long as they're respectful about it, and respectful to each other, you are entitled to have your own opinion. If you didn't like Art Cathy, you're entitled to that. But I happen to like Art Cathy. So I just wanted to say that. And they belong strictly to whoever states the opinion. All right. Okay. So who, hold on, y'all. The dog is messing with this cat. Stop. I know she's getting on your nerves, but stop.
Does she have dinner in there?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Go lay down.
Okay, so look. Now this is what. Now I got that out the way. So you know who I am, and you know what we're doing. Let me see. All right, and we did the opinions. And again, I don't have. I mean, this is really last minute. I decided to do this when I saw. I kept thinking about it, and I kept thinking about her. You know, and I was like, I couldn't believe it was true. I was like, this is not true. And I kept going on Facebook. You know, when you guys were writing me, you guys kept on writing me, like kept on. As first, this is how I found out K and K Squad, and I saw K and K Squad, and I'm like, what? Then I'm like, no, let me just wait. And I went on Google. I asked Google. Google didn't know. They was like, no, they hadn't heard anything like that. So I was like, okay, maybe it's not true then. So I went on, I put it in to search, like search all engines. Nothing. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, maybe it's not true. So then after that, I after I searched it all over, then finally, well, you guys start writing me after that. After I search, after that, you guys start writing me, and I'm like, no, I need a receipt. Like I didn't want to believe it. That's how much I did not want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it. So I just kept on like, no, Art Cathy is huge. This would be out there. Somebody would say something like her base, like Brandon or her son's father or her family. They would say something. They would let her people know this is this is true because Art Cathy has a big fan base for people who don't know. Okay, she really does. She was on Facebook. She had lots of followers on Facebook. She was on Instagram. She had lots of followers on Instagram. When she was on YouTube, go look through her channel. Just go look at the views she used to get. This lady was humongous because she went to the Gambia. And I know she regretted that because the Gambia is like, after the Gambia, she never really got back to where she was before she went there, you know, because her reputation was so damaged by rumors and innuendos. Because, like I told you, when it came down to it, what did the Gambian court rule? There was no misconduct between Art Cathy nor Kwesi Boy. Neither one of them. The Supreme Court of the Gambia said they were not guilty of anything. But who, they didn't care. People didn't care. They still calling this woman a scammer. And I investigated the whole thing. I told people, if you got proof they scammed you, send it to me. Send it to me. I got one thing that said, you know what it said? That the listings that they paid, she had a listings for $100. Okay. She was selling this. Her and Kwesi were selling it. The listings, the houses were out. The listing was outdated. By the time they got the listing, the houses were outdated. They were either sold or somebody had rented them already. Okay. So, but I'm like, well, did you contact her about trying to get your money back? None of them had said I think it was one person or one or two. Neither one of them had contacted about getting the money back. They were like, well, okay, you know, I was just like, well, forget it. You know, it was nothing. But you have to remember something like that. Houses rent out all the time. So you can't, and then this is an international listing. So it probably was not quite up to date. But as to just like Daniel and them were doing, I'm taking your money and you ain't getting nothing. I didn't see that. Nobody showed me that. You know, nobody showed me that. Nobody wrote me and told me that. Nobody gave me evidence of that. And the Supreme Court of Gambia ruled that that was not the case. They took nothing from anyone. But it was too late. By that time, it had destroyed Art Cathy's reputation. It was horrible. It was horrible. Yeah, it was so bad what this woman went through. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And to this day, we still waiting on receipts. We still waiting on Phoenix. Can you please now that she gone, can you please give us a receipt where the little girl, the little handicapped girl came to the hotel and it wasn't ready? Can you give us the receipt where the people actually showed up? Can you do that, Phoenix? Can you give us some proof now? Can you give us anything, Phoenix? Because we have nothing to this day. Nothing. This is what destroyed this lady. And I think she couldn't come back. I think that devastated Art so bad. And then this is what else I think, y'all. I think she had this cancer before she went there. Okay, because I did a show on her a while back and I was researching her. And, and I was looking through her profile, because I research you, I'll just go back. And it just, I don't know, I was just getting the feeling that she had gotten sick early in life, okay? And that she turned to this holistic health as a way of healing herself, and it helped, and it put it in remission. And then that's when she went to study with Chief Montana, and she really got into this healing stuff. And that's when she opened up this womb school, and she was doing all this what we seen her doing, all this healing stuff. Okay. And I think it was because of that. All right. But I don't have any proof of that. This is just me, what I'm getting when I'm, going through looking at this lady. So then, y'all, I see her, when she's talking about the cancer, I guess, it came back. Okay. So I'm thinking now, y'all, you know how much stress that put on her when she was in the Gambia? You know how much stress ART CATHEY was under? You see how skinny she was? She was just really stressed. And stress alone can trigger things like that. Stress is especially when you get middle-aged and up, stress is so bad for your body. You don't even realize it. It's the catalyst to most illnesses and injuries. So you got to control that stress. But look how much stress she was under. These people were calling her a scammer, saying she stole this money, saying she did this, saying she did that. But there was never, ever no proof presented to anybody. Phoenix never presented anything. Nothing. Because if she presented it, y'all know we would have it here on YouTube. UN would have it. Because remember, to these people, YouTube is the court of public opinion. That's all that matters to them. Not the criminal court, not the real court, YouTube court. So she was taken to YouTube court with a bunch of lies, because YouTube court is always based on lies. It's always based on lies. Why you think I show receipts after receipts after receipts? Because these people will lie to you. They will lie to your face. And they'll have you spending so much, you'll believe it's true. They spent y'all so much about ART CATHEY being a scammer, being a thief, but didn't produce one document. Didn't produce not one dang on document. Nothing. Took it all the way to the Supreme Court in the Gambia. But that wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough. She's still a scammer. She's still this. She's still that. She's still a liar. She's still a thief. But what has she stolen? What has she stolen? Tell me. I'll do a whole video series for you. Tell me. Send me the proof, honey. I'll break it down. Nothing. Nothing. And it's been 5 years. Nothing. But if you still look, you'll look and see people still calling this woman a scammer. And I always be like, well, who she scam? Who did she scam? Because that's not what the Gambians ran her out of town for. No, the Gambians ran her out of town for telling the truth. She was the first one to tell us the truth. That's what ART CATHEY did wrong. That's what ART CATHEY did wrong. She stood up for injustices that she saw in the Gambia. Remember, the first injustice she saw was with the kids. Remember that? The babies. Remember that? She told us in the videos. She told us what she didn't like. Remember when she said, when she was at the bank? What video was that, y'all? I ain't had time to look for no videos. I didn't have time to do nothing. So look, but that hey, that other video I'm gonna do about Lisa and Ngozi, hey, that one is, hey, you know that one. That one is fire. Yeah, that one is fire. I've been working on that all day. You know the Ohio Players song Fire? It's that kind of fire. Dun dun dun. But anyway, I don't even feel like playing. That's how sad I am. But let me get back to this, okay? Because this is really sad. This is really sad. Because I really think all the stress from all that Gambia nightmare had something to do with taking this woman up out of here. Because look, how long was she left in Gambia in what? 21? 5 years later, she gone? And she only in her 40s? This lady young. And she's gone? That's really sad to me. Over lies. Because there's no proof. Phoenix done went on living her life in Benin, telling more lies, getting more stuff stirred up, because that's all she do. But we got proof that Phoenix is a liar. We have proof of that. We have the whole Hotel Hell video where you told us this kid was coming, this kid was handicapped, blah, 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 and the people never showed up. We waited. I remember I was going to YouTube every morning to look and see, well, where the kids at? Where the people at? Nothing. And I said, I know this woman just didn't lie to us. I know, but see, by that time, it was the wars the gatekeeper war had already began. So when Phoenix got there and she gonna bust out and say, Quasi's a liar, Quasi's this and Quasi's that. He's stealing money, he doing this, he doing that. People didn't believe it at first because they was like, even Cynthia Black Acres didn't believe it. But then when they saw, well, hey, wait a minute. If Invest Relocate Africa is knocked out the box, knock them out the box, Rick. Knock them out. Yeah. Knock them out the box. If we can knock them out the box, then we can take over. And all that money that was going to Invest Relocate Africa, we can get it. We could get it. Because the gatekeeper wars is all about the money, honey. It's all about the money. And that's what's going on here. These are gatekeeper wars. These people want to be the gatekeepers in Africa, in this repat community. And everywhere you go, they have them. I didn't even think Ghana had them, but Ghana got the gatekeepers too. All these repat communities have the gatekeepers. So these people, these repat wars were going on, and they was like, if we just let this lie ride, and she got a bad attitude, and ART CATHEY be cussing people out left, right, and center, let's just sit back and let this ride. Let's mess up Quasi's reputation with the lies. Let's let Phoenix do what, let's let her do what she do. Let's encourage her. And then we can position ourselves to be the leaders in the repat movement. And what does that mean? That means you're going to get all the consultations, money, because people pay for that. People charge you. I think Go Black to Africa was charging $200. They charge different fees just to talk to you. Especially if you're a gatekeeper, you can charge whatever you want to be talked to. So see, it paid them. It was to people's advantage to paint Quasi and ART as criminals and had no evidence. You see, it didn't stand up in a court of law. You see, it didn't. You see, it did not. They ruled against it. They said no. But did the people believe it? No. Well, I don't know who believed it, but it doesn't seem like they believed it too much. I can't say for sure because I ain't taking no survey. Oh, I'm sorry. Brown Skin says, "Hey Kiki in chat, sorry for the family's loss." Yeah, this is really painful. I used to watch her videos all the time. I did too when she was in the Gambia. Because I told you she was the one who really got me on this. Like when the first one I saw was her and Quasi. And I didn't realize it was Invest Relocate Africa because it was so many people out there. Then there was Black Acres. So it was between those two. And then the Black Sit Lady. But I didn't really watch the Black Sit Lady like that. Yeah, this is crazy. Hey, wait a minute. How you doing, sweetie? CM says this. Yeah, it is crazy. Can you believe it? I just can't believe it. I just can't wrap my arms around it. I just can't believe it. But I told y'all, I kept saying when we were talking about her having cancer and people not believing it, and they were asking me, did I believe it? I was like, yeah, because she looks sick. And I even went back. Remember, I think I put a side by side comparison, or I did something, and I pointed out the weight loss. And I was like, no, she has lost a lot of weight. She has lost a lot of weight. And I knew, and she just looked like through the years amount of weight loss that this was a sickness. This was not, just I'm exercising it off. No, exercising it off. Yes. Yes. I just got an email, a message. ART CATHEY is gone. Why you say that? Wait a minute. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And it's so sad. ART CATHEY is gone, y'all. Hold on, I'm about to tell my friend. She says she can't believe it. Yep, I'm texting her and telling her, yep, ART CATHEY is gone. She is no longer with us. Yep, she is no longer with us. And people was mad at ART CATHEY for what, y'all? Telling the truth. Telling the truth about Africa, because you can't tell the truth about Africa. Hi, Penny. Penny says good evening. You can't tell the truth about Africa. You're not allowed to do that. Yeah, my condolences to her family. So sad. I thought she got better. Um, she just didn't. The last video I seen of her, how small she was. Art was so small on that last video. She was tiny. Her frame was just bones, like skin over bones. And I'm just like, okay, well, she trying to keep her spirits up by the way she was talking, but you could tell she was kind of weak, but she was still trying to, keep her spirits up. Um, Mr. Dorcas. Mr. Dorcas wrote me a message and he was like, aren't you going to talk about ART CATHEY? And when he said that, it was just like when I read that message, it was like my heart just melted. And I was like, he's right. He's right. Everything else goes on hold. ART CATHEY has passed away. We need to stop and let the world know we lost our friend today. I don't know if it was today or whenever it was, but we lost one of our friends. She's gone, and we're not going to see her anymore. Not this lifetime. We will not. Not this lifetime. We can go on and watch. Thank God we can go and watch her videos. Her mom can go watch her videos. Her son can go watch her videos. But Art is no more. But I want y'all to think about though. What happened to her in the Gambia? And what role you think that played in this destruction, and what happened to her? The sickness, because this sickness, I don't believe for 1 second this sickness just came on her. No, I believe it was in remission. I believe she had it under control, but I believe stress brought that right back up to the surface. And the stress from being in the Gambia, because you can see Art's face when she got there, when they were on that Africa telethon, her and Quasi were sitting there, and you could see the peace and the happiness on Art's face. Then after a while, everything started to change. That infrastructure, it gets you. Mr. Dorcas says, I remember her back when she had her Facebook page early in 2017. Yeah, that's what Kwesi told me. He said the reason they wanted her for Invest Relocate Africa was because she had a huge following on Facebook. A huge following, and they wanted someone to be the face of this movement. And Art was it. Art was it. But I think, like, again, I always say what I think happened with that. I think when Art went there, she was not ready for what Africa has to offer you. She's not. No one is. No one from the West. I don't care what you say. You are not ready for that. You can't even prepare for that. You can't, because even if you turn your heat off in your house and you say, okay, I'm going to turn my heat off in the summertime so I can don't use no air so I can get used to that. No, because the heat ain't like our heat. It's hotter than what you think. So nothing you can do can prepare you for that. No water, no lights, nothing. And I think she couldn't. I think she wasn't prepared for that. And I think when it hit her really, really hard. Yeah, CM, she was really funny. That woman had me in tears laughing every time. Yes, because you know she was going to say something crazy. And we're going to watch one of her famous movies, her famous ones, the one with the gray dress on. That's the one when she made everybody mad. We're going to watch a few highlights from that. And because like I said, y'all, I didn't plan tonight. Tonight just happened. And I'm really sad about that. Um, Mr. Dorcas says, I personally would never pay someone to show me a list of houses in a foreign country. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. Because it's not going to be, just like the ones are here, are not accurate. You know, they're not accurate. By the time you go get it and see it, it could be gone. So I wouldn't do that either. But these people were doing a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't wise. And they were blaming their irresponsibility on other people. Happy pedo time. How you doing, sweetie? He says, poor Art Cathy. May her internal soul rest bring her peace. I'm sorry, may her eternal rest bring her peace. Hi, Empath of London. How you been, lady? I've been missing you. I hope you've been good. She says hello to everybody. Miss Me says, hey, Kiki and everyone. See? She says stress definitely accelerates cancer. And we know she was under stress because of the videos she was making. Remember that video she made when Shakina passed? I couldn't believe it. I was sitting here looking at the TV saying, Art, you know you need to stop. You need to stop doing that. See, Art needed friends. She needed friends that was going to tell her the truth. But like she said, I think the girls were jealous of Art, for real. Because she was pretty, she was confident. Insecure people don't like secure people. You know, and I don't think she had any real friends that would tell her the truth. You know, one of her real friends need to pick up the phone when she was doing all that and be like, Art, you need to let that go. You need to let that go. That woman done passed away. You need to let that go because that stress is going to eat you. Shakina, I'm not sure what Shakina had to do with Art, though. But I don't know. I know Kwesi knew her, but I never could make that connection of what Shakina had to do with Art. Shakina was doing her own thing. And the added stress, yes. All of this is stressful. So the added stress of her moving to another country, that's going to put stress on you. Trigger your immune system. Trigger those cancer cells. Going over there alone, that traveling alone. Then just everything you have to go through. You got to go through a lot when you go to another country, especially a developing country. You have no clue what it's like until you get there. I can't even describe it. You just got to go through it. Did other Americans take her to court And yes, it was. Of course, it wasn't the Gambians. Of course, it was other Americans. Of course, that's why I'm telling you, we're doing this to each other. Where the Africans aren't, do they laughing? They're sitting back laughing while we sit up and go to Africa and try to destroy each other. Miss Me. Hey, Rose. She says, hello, family. Hello, everybody. Once, yep, CM said it. You, honey, that's what it says in my book. Honey, and that ain't no lie. Now I got to go revise the whole thing because Art has passed away. And I'm going to put how the stress, what I believe the stress played, how it played a role in all of this invest, relocate Africa, and her passing away. Once Phoenix got there, that whole thing went down the drain. She was so toxic and was homeless. Sam, girl, do you know that's what I found out when I was researching her? This woman was homeless. She was going, she called it couch surfing. I was couch surfing. You was homeless. You was going from house to house, seeing where you could stay. Then when you wore out your welcome, you like, let me see, you saw Invest Relocate Africa was paying for you to come, would pay for you to come, would give you shelter, would give you food, and she took it. She took it. It was a way to get away. She didn't have nothing here. She was homeless. This is the person Kwesi gave a chance to. And I was like, why? Of all people, why? And he was like, well, he needed somebody, he needed somebody to really, help with that part, the financial part of it, because it was getting to be a lot. Oh, y'all, I'm sorry, my shoulder sharp. Oh, y'all, hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, y'all, hold on. Ooh. See, them shoulder pains hit you, Lord. They hit you hard. So she didn't have nothing. She had nothing. Okay, so this was her opportunity to try to get something or pretend to be something, because that's what she did when she went to Africa. She just pretended like she was something, and she was really nothing. She went there and destroyed that place. She went there and destroyed Invest Relocate Africa. And the thing about it is that Art said she knew Phoenix was not right. She said she could tell when she was in the group, because I told you they was all on Facebook, and she said she could tell when she was in the group that Phoenix was a pick me. And she didn't like pick-me's. Remember I told y'all what a pick-me is? A pick-me is somebody who always just like, when you was in school and the person jump up and down and say, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. That's a pick-me. It's somebody who jumps up and down all the time and does everything they can to want to be seen, want to be heard. Pick me, pick me. That's a pick-me, okay? So she said she knew Phoenix was a pick-me. And she was like, she didn't like Phoenix. She didn't want to deal with Phoenix. And guess what she said? She said Kwesi didn't even tell her that he was bringing Phoenix there. She didn't realize Phoenix was there till after Phoenix had got there. She said she refused to meet with Phoenix. She refused to do anything with her because she knew that her energy was bad. Yeah. Did y'all see the hood rats in the Gambia? That's who the video was about. Hey, Miss Aretha. How you doing, lady? Evening, Kiki and chat. She was one of the main reasons, amongst other obvious YouTubers, as why I went to Africa. See, I told y'all. She played a big role because she made it seem like, I'm over here doing it, ladies. Y'all can do it too. She was finding nice things. She was, relaxed, showing us nice things, relaxing, made it seem like it was just, nice. When I got there, she had already left. See? However, she told the truth, and I saw exactly. Yeah. And now that I look back, that's why they hated her. That's where the hate came from, because Art refused to tell the lie. She refused to continue to lie to the people and tell them this was paradise when it wasn't. It was not no freaking paradise. And Art looking at everybody like, what? What? Y'all know this ain't paradise? Then you got all these PDF people over here. And no, and everybody, and again, I'm telling y'all, you got to act like you don't see PDF when you see PDF because it's going to get you in trouble every time if you say something. Every time if you say something. Because they don't say anything, they got an excuse for it. And this is what got her in trouble. And she's right. She's absolutely right. Everything they said to Art, and I told y'all all my life, that's what was said to me when I brought it up. What she was talking about, Miss Aretha says, once we settle in, she meant, oh Lord, look, I just said that. The child trafficking, wish I had wish I'd have met her. Oh, you wish you had met her. Yep, I wish I had met her too. She was gone when I got there. She was long gone. They ran her out of there fast because she told the truth. You weren't allowed to do that. And not the way she was telling the truth loud and proud. She was showing the truth. And the thing about it though, she was like laughing at you when you was doing it. Like when she showed the guy, y'all. Remember when she was like showing the guy was showing everybody around his apartment? And she was like, ladies, can y'all deal with this? Can y'all? It was the way she was doing it. And they got mad. They got mad because she told the truth. She was the first truth teller. She was the first one to tell the truth on this movement, and people got mad. Period. Karma it sure is. Okay. Hey, London lady. Hey, Debo. How you doing, sweetie? She said, rest in power, Art Cathy. She said hi to y'all. Rockabye Baby says, hi, Kiki. She was a good speaker. Yep, and a motivator. I think she had a mental tick. She did. Yep, she did. And she tells us about it. Like in some of her videos, she'll tell you about it. She know Art Cathy was transparent. That was what I liked about her. She never pretend like she was perfect. She never pretend like, I don't have no issues, and I'm above the rest. No, she never pretended like that. She would tell you, this is I have this issue and this is something I have to deal with. So she in some of the videos she tell us about that she did struggle with mental illness. But she was trying to handle it. But when you get in situations like Africa, Gambia, honey, that's going to push you straight over the edge. TNK says, TNK says, rest in peace. I don't know what that says. Lennon says, wow, may she rest in peace. I remember her talking quite a lot on YouTube during the pandemic. She quite often seemed under stress. She exposed the white man buying kids by enticing them. She sure did. And that's where she made a mistake. She exposed a lot of stuff over there that you were supposed to just deal with. You were supposed to just deal with it. You were supposed to act like you didn't see it. Rosie says stress will kill you, poor thing. Yeah. And all of this was nothing but stress, y'all. Debo said, okay, we saw that one. We don't know. We're just assuming that it was the cancer. Because she told us she had cancer. And she had the really aggressive one. Well, didn't she have colon cancer or something like that? Yeah. What kind of cancer did she have? I don't want to say it wrong. But she had cancer. And she passed away from that. We're assuming. We don't know. Her family hasn't shared that with social media yet. Debo says she definitely did tell the truth. She did. Yeah, she did. Lennon says you're right, Kiki. TNK says, remind me why it's a good idea to relocate to Africa. Exactly. Exactly. It's just not. And then her coming back, I was thinking today, I was like, wow, she didn't even see her son. She didn't see her mom. She didn't see nobody before she left here. She was over there by herself. And I said, maybe But I don't know. Her family could have went. You know what I mean, y'all? Her family could have flew over there because she hadn't been on Facebook. Let's Facebook, YouTube. Let's look at her page. She hasn't been on YouTube in a while because I would go over to her channel and I would check and see, look for videos, see how she was doing. When everybody was saying she was faking it, I was waiting to see, like there should be something on here to show me she's faking it, but look at this one. There's no way she was faking it. This was 6 months ago. Look how small she is here. Look how small she is here. Look how small she is here. She's like a child size, you know? So this was probably, I think this was might have been the last one she made. This was the last video she made was 3 months ago. And Storm went there. Did y'all know that? I don't know if y'all follow Storm Monroe, but I like Storm. Storm Monroe is a YouTube person. And he did a video. He's a pretty big YouTube person too. And he went to Ghana with ART CATHEY and he had a really good time. He had a really good time. So that was 3 months ago when Storm went there. And wow, now she's gone. That was 6 months ago. Wow. This is the one when she told all of us she was sick. 8 months ago, y'all. And she's gone. Look how small she is here. Let me get back over here and get some of y'all comments. Rest well, artist Kathy. Wow. She gave the truth about the Gambia. Yeah, she sure did. She gave us the truth. That's why they were mad. She didn't get home. Lori, I don't think so. For some reason, I don't think so. It doesn't sound like it. No, it doesn't sound like it. But we don't know. I don't know. We don't know for sure. Her brother didn't say that in the announcement. He just said she had passed away. He didn't say whether she was in Ghana, or whether she was in Africa. Or in the States. But I was thinking if she passed away in Africa, that was by choice. I believe that was by her choice. Because you know what? She probably thought, I don't want to go home sick and be a burden to everybody. And I don't have health insurance. I've been gone so long. I don't have health insurance. I'm going to have to try to find some health insurance. I'm not going to be able to go to the doctor. At least she could afford to pay for the services in Ghana that she was getting. Here she was going to be in all kind of trouble. So I don't know. She could have went home. I don't know. Debo says, I can't believe this news. I'm so sad by it. I was too. I am too. That's all day I was. And I was trying to make my videos and get ready for the night. And I kept trying to pull myself back in. But I just kept going back to ART CATHEY. Y'all kept blowing me up. I'm like, wait a minute. They're right. You need to stop and focus. Stop for a minute and pay attention. ART CATHEY has passed away. And I'm like, wait a minute. ART CATHEY has passed away. We got to stop. The whole world needs to stop for a minute and say, ART CATHEY has passed away. Yep, ART CATHEY helped a lot of women. None of us are perfect. No, we all are flawed. You're absolutely right. However, there was a lot of truth in the things she spoke about. It was. It absolutely was. It absolutely was. Yes, rest well. Right. She was trying to get back to America. Do you know she got back here? Rosie says, bless him, Mr. Dorcas. DeBelle says, I wonder if she would have made it if she would have gotten back to America. I don't know. Because before she got sick, y'all, when she found out the cancer had come out of remission, now I'm just assuming, because I'm thinking if it was just new cancer, she would have, it didn't seem like it was new cancer. No, it seemed like some sick. Because remember when she said she had an ultrasound the last time she came back here, and they found something then? That's when I think she knew, but she didn't want to tell us, because some stuff you just, like my mother wouldn't tell me because she felt like I was going to get all, because I'm really an emotional person. Like I'm very emotional, and especially when it comes to people that I love. And, I'll just start crying and it'll just be ridiculous. It's like one of them African movies. Wait a minute, y'all, I need something to drink. It's pretty much like one of them African movies. So I try to stay away from things because I know how I get. So I'm thinking she just didn't tell people. She didn't want her. She didn't want. Maybe her mom was emotional. Maybe she didn't want to talk about it. But I think that's when she found out something was up. She hated America. I watched her videos. She refused to come back, even when she was sick. Joyce. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I muted the mic. Hold on. Let me drink some water. Oh, I'm sorry. And the mic is right up to me. I'm so sorry about that. I hope I'm not catching. I know I'm not catching nothing. She was trying to raise money to get back to America. Yeah, we saw that. But our cat. Oh, see, this person says, IS Production says, our Kathy already had her issues before moving to Africa. Stop blaming her. We're not blaming her issues on Africa. Who blamed them on Africa? I said that she had. Now, if I said she had mental illnesses, that means she had them before she went there, right? Right? I said the African being in Gambia triggered it. It made it worse. It brought it out. It'll make you have a breakdown. It really will. So and that's any place where you're under a lot of stress. So nobody says she didn't have problems before she went there. We all said she had problems before she went there. We even think the cancer was before she went there. But we think the stress of being in Africa complicated things. So I know you heard us say that. So don't try to twist what we're saying around, okay? Oh my God, I just wish she would have made it back to America to have a better chance at survival. I just wish she would have made it back to see her son and her mom. That's the sad thing for me. Her son. I pray to God I pray to God they went to Ghana to be with her. Like, cause when it's like getting bad. So I'm hoping, her mom and her son caught a plane and went there and just sat with her, or she probably couldn't sit with her, because I know when my mom was passing, I can't sit there and watch my mom pass. I couldn't do that. That was like killing me. So I couldn't do that. I just couldn't. And I thought that was too much to ask, to ask me to take care of her and then ask me to sit there and watch her pass. I couldn't do that. I just couldn't. That was killing me, literally. So maybe her mom can't do that. Can't watch her child pass. Some people can do that, but I am not that type of person. So I understand if her mom can't do that. But, just to go in and at least see her mom and see her kid one time. I hope she got to see him. Right. Nobody blamed Ghana. Nobody blamed Ghana. Nobody made blame Gambia. Nobody blamed Africa, period. Oh, you did? Okay. T and K says she fixed her name. She just had to add a number. Oh, okay. Michael says his condolences. Pat says, why are those people dying? in such a way. It's not good. No, it's not. And just think the lady I was supposed to talk about was another lady who died. Yeah, yeah. I had to move the lady who died out the way for another lady who died. Yeah. You tell me, Pat, what you think? What do you think? I have my speculations. What do you think? Put it in the comments and let me know. Lanon says, I know I'm saying your name wrong. This is why I like your channel, Kiki. You have definitely put us women on alert about traveling. We definitely have to have our ducks in a row. So many women have passed, y'all. So many. What about the ones we don't even know about? Like Lisa Ngozi. Lisa passed away almost a whole year, almost a whole dang on year ago. And the community is just now finding out about it. And we're just now finding about the allegations of what happened to her things and what happened to her after she passed away. Why did it take this long for the community to find out about this? Why? When women are steady going over there, because old Kenza, and old silly K. Michelle. Now, what's that woman name? Sincerely Michelle. Oh, Sincerely Michelle. Make it look like it's just wonderful. Single middle-aged women and up. Africa is the place to be for you. Yes, it has all the amenities of home. And that's the biggest lie told to man. That's the biggest lie told to man. They make it just, oh, I'm on my homestead. No, you're in the village. You're out in the country somewhere. You're out in the country. Tell the dang on truth with no lights and no running water. Tell the truth and shame the devil. And that's what ART CATHEY did. She was saving us. Don't come out here unless you're going ready to deal with this, because they've been lying to us. And that's the truth. And that's why they got mad at her. That's why they got mad at her. And that's why they're mad at me. But I don't care. I could care less. Just like Art could care less. I could care less. I'm not going to promote your lies as truth. And then you get mad at me because I see you're lying. And to be in a part of your little club, you got to keep your lies. Nah, I'm not doing that. Thank you, though. Thank you so much for saying those nice words. I'm glad we are dedicating tonight to her, Debo. Debo says, I tried texting. Oh, I'm sorry. Because you know why? I've been on here. I've been working on that other stuff all day. I was working on that video all day. And I had to put, I was trying to get the receipts out for the live stream I was going to do tonight. And I was having trouble. I had to keep, it was just a lot. But that's why. I'm sorry. I'm going to check when I get off of here. Yeah, I had to do it because it was bothering me. I was going to end up talking about it anyway, you know. So many said she was faking. I know, you remember that? And I knew she wasn't. I was like, I don't think so. I don't think so. So many. Don't give to the GoFundMe. She lying. She lying. She's a liar. She's a scammer. But no proof. No proof. No proof. I have no proof she's a liar and she's a scammer. I have no proof whatsoever of that. None. Actually, the court in the Gambia cleared her of all allegations of scamming and lying. So but we're going to still keep this message out here. We're still going to keep this lie going that she's a scammer. That's why she had to turn off her comments everywhere she went. You're a scammer. You're a scammer. People believe it. People believe it. People don't ask for receipts. People don't do critical thinking. People just believe anything anybody says on YouTube. They don't have not one dang on receipt, and y'all believe it. I'm so tired of our sisters dying. I'm just tired. Yep. And dying in Africa, though, that's what hurt me to my heart. Because, Africa, it helped me so much in my life. Like studying Africa and traveling to Africa, that helped me understand myself. It helped me love myself. It just helped me become the person I am. And I always felt like if every Black person could just go to West Africa one time, that it would change their lives. It would make them a better person. But now I'm starting to change my mind about that. I'm starting to change my mind about that. But y'all know I asked ChatGPT about this. Because when I can't figure stuff out, I'll ask AI. Yeah, artificial intelligence. They know. So I told y'all what AI said, why it keeps happening. AI says, this group you're talking about, they're the group that's the most unalived and missing and exploited in the United States. It said that right there sends out the message to the world. We don't care about this group. We don't care if you unalive them. We don't care if you kidnap them. We don't care about this group. So they said when the message gets sent out to the world repeats the behavior to that group. Because the world knows nothing is going to happen because this group isn't cared about in their country because they're the most unalived, and it's not even solved. Y'all, they don't even be solved. It just be you just unalive us, and it's just you just gone. But most of the time, we're unalive is by intimate partners. Did you know that? It's by somebody we've loved. Yeah, somebody we've loved or we love unalives us. Very seldom is it a stranger. Very seldom. So this message is sent to the whole world. I can do whatever I want to this group because what's going on in the Gambia? Look at the Gambia. You think I'm lying? Look at the Gambia. Somebody asked me in the comment section on my video, how many, Kiki, have you counted since you've been doing this for 2 years? In 2 years, how many women have passed away? Y'all, I got confused. I couldn't even count them all. I think it's like 12 on my channel. 12 on my channel alone. And I said, no, I didn't want to answer because I said 12. That can't be right. That can't possibly be right. I have not talked about 12 women who have died in Africa. I have not done that. So I refuse to do that. I refuse to accept that 12 women have passed away. 12 United States citizens have passed away in West Africa, and nobody has done nothing. Nothing. Me and Edra wrote that woman, Kamala, when she was the vice president of the United States. She sent us a nice old letter talking about, oh, they're going to do this. And yes, they're concerned about this. They're not concerned about nothing. Nothing. We got no feedback. We wrote that Gambia embassy. We wrote our U.S. embassy over there about Andrea, about Anja. Okay, we're going to go look for your friend. No, they didn't say they was going to look for your friend. They said, okay. We went to the hospital. We couldn't find your friend. And that was it. We went to the hospital. We couldn't find your friend. That was it. Not, oh, we're going to go do this next. Do you have any more? Nothing. We went to the hospital and we couldn't find your friend. And that was it. That was it. But Michael Jackson told us they don't really care about us. They don't. They tolerate us. They tolerate us. And you know what? That's what I was coming up with too today when I was working on this story for Ngozi. I was working on this story for Ngozi, and on this story, it kept coming to me, y'all. It just kept coming to me, and it kept saying that these women passing away, they're just a blemish on this repat movement. No, because people can't stand me for talking about this stuff. Oh, they're so mad at me because I make videos about these women. They're furious. Because you know why? It's a stain on this repat movement. It messes up their lie. Just like ART CATHEY messed up their lie. These women passing away messes up their lie. Lady Bird says, I'm not sure if she actually refused treatment in the U.S. I think she just didn't have enough money to get back to the U.S. for treatment. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Rockabye Baby. Kiki, look at her last post. She said, oh, no, don't say that. Oh, God. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull it up. Oh, don't say that. Lord, hold on. Let me try to get myself together. Oh, wait a minute. Let me share the screen. Hold on. Her last post on her face on this page, on this, she says, a long awaited, this was 4 weeks ago. She says, a long awaited update on something, palliative and hospice care, but I have not lost my will to live. Dear supporters, let me make sure y'all can see this. Oh, God, dear supporters, I know under palliative and hospital, wait a minute, let me start up here. Dear supporters, I know I've been quiet, so here's an urgent update about my well-being. Truth is, I barely made my 44th birthday, December the 3rd, and I am grateful. That's my sister's birthday. Wow. December the 3rd, and I am grateful, but struggling to hold on. I am now under palliative, what is that, y'all? And hospice care as I battle colon cancer. And colon cancer is like one of the most aggressive cancers. People don't survive that one. Now I am currently unable to speak. Oh no. Much and able to walk, but I have not lost my will to live. I am fighting with everything I have. And all along, people were saying this woman was lying. Wow. My wish is to make. Oh, she did want to come back, y'all. My wish is to make it to the United States for better care and to be near my son, Garvey. To make this possible, I'm asking for support. My 24 nursing needs, medical expenses, and medical travel. Wow, she never did get the money. If you would like to help me, oh wow, you may send support, see the comments. At this time, I'm asking that only positive messages be sent. Replies are not necessary unless they are supportive. All correspondence is being handled by her team as I am unable to respond. Thank you for standing with me during, oh my God. Oh, Jesus. She was stuck there. Oh, my God. Hold on, y'all. I want to see. I want to see how much she got. So she did want to come back, and she didn't have enough money. So all them people that was on there telling people don't give. She lying. She lying. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all better hope and pray y'all don't go to hell for that. You don't do stuff like that. Ooh, because you know what God to do? God to make sure you live in hell before you die and go to hell. Oh, I thought I could. Okay, I thought the GoFundMe was on here. The link to that because I wanted to see how much she had. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's horrible. Oh my God, y'all, that's horrible. Oh, poor Art Kathy. I hope she didn't either. So she wanted to come back, y'all. She didn't have the money to come back, and she wasn't getting the care she needed there. She said she wanted to come back because she could get better care here. Oh, this is horrible. Oh my God. Mm. And all I hear and all I see is all them people saying, she's a scammer. She's a scammer. Don't give her nothing. Now this woman is gone. She couldn't get back from Africa. Yep, I'm disgusted too. I have health insurance, and you wouldn't believe how expensive it is. And I have really good health insurance, and how much it pays. Remember back in the day when they paid everything? Oh, they don't do that no more. When I was little, and what they paid my mom, not my grandma, my mom had that Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance from GM. They paid everything. Not no more. Poor Art Kathy. I didn't know she wanted to come back, y'all. I didn't know that. I This is horrible. So she passed away there. There. Did she pass away there? Did she pass away at home? Did her family go there? PP Bob says in 2024, between 600,000 and 700,000 in the U.S. died of cancer. And wow, in 2024, there were 23 million new cancer cases reported. Are you serious? Every day, 1,600 to 2,000 people die of cancer. Oh my God. Yep. Exploring me, Miss, yeah, that's what I say. Oh my God. Sending heartfelt condolences to her family. I've been to Africa, but my stress level went down. What the obsession about, wait a minute, what the obsession about always blaming Africa for your unresolved issues? Okay, you went to Africa and your stress levels went down, but hers didn't. And a lot of people don't. Mine's went down for a little bit, but then it went through the roof. When them lights start going off and when I couldn't get no food and the water went off and I couldn't flush the toilet, my stress levels went through the roof. But I was fine before that. I was loving it. I was on the beach. I was kicking it. It was wonderful. But when those lights go out and you don't expect it, but hers was even worse. Her stress levels were even worse because what they were doing was destroying and defaming this lady's character on social media. And that's the devil. That is the devil. And you don't have nothing? You don't have nothing? I have receipts for days. Like O'Shea Duke Jackson said, if Kiki said you did that, you did that. Yeah, you did that. And I got proof to back it up. You did that. There was no proof. If she did that, y'all know I would have said it. They did that. Her and Quasi did that. I would say that. But they didn't. Phoenix did that. Phoenix messed it all up. Phoenix went in the group on Facebook and said, don't send any more money because they're scamming. And you know how I know he's scamming? Because as soon as we got some money, he gave it to Art. Are you serious? Yes. Somebody transferred some money. They got the money and he gave it to Art. And that meant they were scamming. I kid you not. When did she pass? I think her brother's post said 2 days ago. Let me go see on my channel. When, because it was on the post. I used her brother's post, and he said it on his. Oh shoot, I don't know. I don't have it with me. I'm sorry. I don't know. Was it two? It was either 2 weeks or 2 days. Do y'all know? Do somebody on here know? Right. There's no obsession with blaming Africa. It's not less stress there. It's not. So don't come on here, sir, ma'am, whoever you are. We passed that romanticizing Africa. Okay. We love Africa on this channel, but we deal with the reality of Africa. Okay. Just because I love Africa don't mean I gotta lie about it. And Africa will stress you out, especially when you're accused of being a scammer and you know you did nothing. You did nothing. And they proved you did nothing. But those allegations still follow you everywhere you go because of social media. Like I said, that is the devil. Glitter Star says Gambia seems like a no-go for black women. All of it is like that. The women in Ghana are having the same thing. I'm talking about now a woman, Lisa Ngozi Williams. She was from Ghana. This happened to her in Ghana. The Salter sisters are from Ghana. Naomi was in Ghana. So that's 4 women I named right there. ART CATHEY was in Ghana. But ART CATHEY, we don't think that was foul play. Somebody said it wasn't cancer, but they never could tell me what it was and why they thought otherwise. Heavy Pedal Time says, so it's not just Gambia. It's West Africa in general. You just got to be careful. You just got to be careful. You can't go over there with blinders on. You can't go over there playing little silly games like Happy Companion used to say. Little silly games. Can't go over there playing little silly games. You can't. You can't do that. If you're a woman, you got to be a woman in every sense of the word. If you're a man, you got to go be a man in every sense of the word. It ain't no half stepping over there. DeBo says, you just never know what people are going through. They said she was lying. I know. Damn. That's so messed up, though. Just think if they wouldn't have said nothing. If they thought that she was lying, then don't say nothing. You know what I mean? You think she lying. You don't know. You didn't even have no proof. They didn't even have no proof. I've never seen no proof that she was lying about this sickness. Because she clearly says in the video, I played it for y'all. She had an ultrasound and they found something. Remember that, y'all? Damn, this is sad, y'all. These people, Mom, they spread lies. Most of these people on YouTube are liars. They're sick, twisted, SSI getting liars. They're so mentally ill, they get checks. These are the people y'all dealing with on YouTube. Don't y'all get that? These aren't normal people. Normal people work. They ain't got time for YouTube. Y'all know the only reason I've been on here like this is because what? I got hurt. Normally, y'all know I don't be on YouTube all this time like this every day. I don't have time for that. I'm at work. Mentally ill people get checks. They don't work. I told y'all, social media attracts all type of mentally ill people because it makes them feel more important than they really are. I can get on YouTube and I can pretend to be somebody, but I'm really a nobody. And when these people see somebody's, they go after them. That's why mainly somebody's don't be on YouTube. Yep, that's why. Because you see what they tried to do to me. You see. You see. These people are the devil. They are the devil. They lie. And they operate with lies. All because of what? Because you won't spread their lies as truth. And that's what ART CATHEY did wrong. She didn't spread their lies as truth. And when Phoenix got there, she told the world, there are ghetto hood rats in the Gambia, and Quasi Boyd brought them here. And she wasn't lying. She was not lying. Debo says, I'm about to be in Gambia once again after Ramadan, and I know I'm going to think about her. And you know what? Thing about it, Debo, I was wondering where these people were buried at. Because I said the next time I go to Gambia, I wanted to pay my respects and go to their graves. You know? I wonder if they even keep track of that. AI has been programmed by European race people. Okay. I don't believe that either. Because you know what? I get things from AI companies who do program AI all the time, wanting me to help program AI. And I always say, no, I'm not doing that. So I ain't European. Why are they sending it to me? And I get them on the regular. Holmes T&K says Homestead is a lie. It's a very hard life. It is a very hard life. And that's what they're not telling y'all. It is Africa is an extremely hard life because every day you have to figure out what in the world you're going to eat. And I don't care how much money you got. You got to figure out what, and then you'll have money and you can't even buy nothing to eat. People just have to go to Africa prepared and not in a delusional state of mind. Everyone is not having a bad experience. Well, we didn't say everyone is having a bad experience, but everyone has bad experiences. Within those good experiences, you can't tell me it's 100% good. I know that's a lie. I've been there 14 times. I know that's a lie from the pit of hell. Because my experiences are always mixture. They're a mixture of good and a mixture of bad, just like life, ups and downs. So to try to say, oh, they don't have bad experiences, nah, that's a lie. That's a whole lie. Because when them lights go out, that's a bad experience, and that happened all the time. don't care if you do got a generator or whatever that thing is, solar. Uh, don't Gambian men sleep with old white women for money? Yeah, they sure do, pretty much. Yeah, they do. Yes. Glitter stars, yes, they do. Yes, yes, yes. And Ghanaian men sleep with old black women for money. Yep. I remember people emphasized during the pandemic to come to Gambia. We know the Gambia is not the problem. Not being aware of the snakes and the culture will mess you up. Thank you, Kiki, for your knowledge. Oh, thank you. But she's absolutely right. She's absolutely right. So you all who think we're on here, see, this is what they did to art. Same thing they're trying to come on here and do. You know, nobody said that. Quit trying to twist what I'm saying around because I didn't say that. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. Yeah, thank y'all. Please hit the like button. Look, please hit the like button and support Kiki's School of Life. Yeah, y'all. Because we got to learn. We got to learn. End of life care. Is that what that means, Andrea? Oh, she was dying. Oh, she was really dying and she was begging us for money. I wish I would have known that. I would have did another show to try to get some money. Wow. I am T and K. I am. I'm gonna go and do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go through my channel and I'm gonna count them all. And after we finish Lisa and Ngozi, I'm gonna do a show about all of them. Yep, because it's a lot of them. And just think, those are only the ones that I know. Palliative care is to keep patients comfortable. So basically, just keep you comfortable till you die. Right, Charlie. Damn, ART CATHEY. I wish she was just lying. I wish she was still here. Wow, Renee says palliative care is for people that are at the end of life. Oh my God, she was really sick. Now I know y'all, some of y'all on here that was on here saying, "Don't give her no money. Don't give her no money. She faking. She lying. She lying." What y'all got to say now? How y'all feel? Do y'all feel bad? Do you feel bad? TNK says hospitals in Jamaica aren't much better unless you have money for private hospital. Oh, so it's nothing like the United States. Oh, it's nothing like the United States. I am glad Art got to speak her mind. I am too, TNK, and those videos will be there forever. Yep, that's how I feel. See, she knew it. She didn't get to come back. See, I knew it. She didn't get to come back to America. Wow. That make me sad. And to know she wanted to come back. She wanted to come back. That makes me real sad. Especially when people were telling people she was lying, she was scamming. People weren't giving to her GoFundMe. And now this woman is gone over some liars. And she could have if we I mean, if you didn't want to give to the GoFundMe, that's fine. But why shoot everybody else down from giving to it? But again, there was no receipt that Art was lying. There was no receipt that ART CATHEY was lying about having cancer. But everybody believed it because YouTube said it was true. This tells you a lot. Our YouTubers aren't telling us what they're really going through. No, no, they be going through it. And then they come and they put up fronts to pretend. Because you got to pretend on YouTube. Oh, hey, where you been, team member? How you been doing? He says colon cancer is easily treated if it's caught early. Black women need to have a colonoscopy at like 40 or 35 if any type of cancer runs in their family. Thank you, sweetie, for telling us that. Pay for everyone on a mission. He says pray for everyone. Pray for everyone on a mission. Rosie says, please hit the like button and subscribe. Yes, y'all, please. Please, y'all, hit the like button and subscribe. Will y'all do that? Can y'all do that? Cookie says, hey, man, Cookie, let me bring these comments down. Cookie says, rest in peace to Art Cathy, but I don't think she passed away from cancer. Okay, what she passed away from? Somebody else said that, Cookie. But what did she pass away from then? She said she was cured. And that's why people were saying she was scamming. My condolences to her family. Actually, they were saying it before she was cured. When she first came up with the GoFundMe, they were saying she was scamming and don't give her nothing and don't give her nothing and don't give her nothing. And it was after a little while, she said she was cured. Maybe she wanted to believe she was cured. Some people believe, like when I used to go to church when I was little as a Christian, we were part of the charismatic movement, and they call that the name it and claim it people. And so the name it and claim it Christians, that's what we do. We call ourselves healed, even though we may not be. It's called calling things that be not as though they are, as though they were. So that's not a good example, because Christians, the charismatic people, do that every day. They'll walk around full of cancer and say, I'm healed. In Jesus' name, I'm healed. Because in their mind, they're doing what they're called to do, call things that be not as though they were. So I wouldn't say, no. And that was after they talked about giving her the money. Gonna get a colonoscopy whether I like it or not. Okay, this lady says, I'm La. She says a woman first colonoscopy should be about 45 now instead of 50. It's easily treated when you have regular checkups. Schedule it today. Real easy. Schedule it today. 5 months ago, she was recruiting people to go to Ghana. Can you believe that? Storm went 3 months ago. I wonder if Storm Monroe knows she's gone. I bet he doesn't even know. I bet he doesn't even know. The colon cancer is easily treated when regular checkups is what I meant. Okay. It was that one nasty lady. I forgot. She's still in Africa, accused Art of stealing. Who? Phoenix? I think you're being biased and throwing shots. Cookie, who are you talking to? And who am I throwing shots at? And who am I being biased against? Are you talking to me? Or are you talking to somebody else? And what are you talking about? If you think I'm biased, you need to explain yourself. Depends on what stage of cancer was as to whether it was easily treatable. Oh, okay. Right. What if it's 4? It ain't treatable. This is why we have to call out the real scammers. Exactly, TNK. That's why she can exercise all day on YouTube. Skipping that one. Edge right. If you have colon cancer and it's caught early, team member says, the treatment is removed it. The treatment is removed it and come back. It only can come back in 2 years If caught early, it is easily treated. Oh. Wow. So y'all think it wasn't caught early? Is that what y'all saying? What are y'all saying? That y'all don't think it was caught early? But she, yeah, she's in her 40s. So is it normal? Why would she get a colonoscopy stuff in her 30s? That doesn't make sense. There is no such food. There is so much food in Africa, Joy says. I don't know what they have in Gambia. Didn't you see? No, when she was in Zimbabwe. I don't like Tiffany Haddish because of what she did with them kids. I guess people don't forgot about that too, huh? Yeah, I will never watch that woman. I don't care how many years go by. But no, after what she did with them kids, her and that man, nah. Uh-uh. Old Black American women sleep with boys in Africa too. They sure do in Ghana. In Ghana. That's the land of the passport grannies in Ghana. Yes, she just said that. I sure did. Team member, very true. When called early, okay. Has anyone seen a graveyard? No, I haven't. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I saw the Christian graveyard. They took me to. We was going somewhere. I think we was going to Banjul, and I saw it. I saw it in the Gambia. Are most people buried on family land? Well, in TNK in Cameroon, they were. I noticed that, like in the backyard. Like the mom had a big, it was a beautiful little, it was a small house. It was literally a house. It was beautiful. And he was buried in there. And she would go out there. Look, this is how I found out. Every morning she would go out there, right? And she would go in that room and come back out. And I asked the maid, the house lady, what was mommy doing? Why was she going there? And she said she goes in there every day because her son is in there. He was killed in a bad car accident in Nigeria. And so they have him buried at the house. Yeah, buried at the house in the backyard in a little, it's not a, it's a house, but it's a little house. We're assuming from the cancer. Mr. Production says Art Cathy was let down by her American community, not Africa. And that's what we said. We said, I agree, we said that. It was the American people who did that to her. We said that. We said that it was them turning on her because she told the truth. They didn't want her to tell the truth. They wanted her to continue to romanticize, and she refused. Every single vlogger has gotten robbed or scammed. Don't make me use the screwdriver. What? TNK, what? What are y'all talking about? I watched her video when she said she was cured using holistic herbs. Maybe, I don't know, sweetie. Somebody asked me about that when I was in Africa. And I said, I don't know. Maybe she's practicing like what we did, the name it and claim it. Yeah, power of the tongue, you are healed. Exactly. And that's what we believe. And we believe if you confess it, it was so. Edra, this is not the night. What? She's arguing with the wind. What are y'all talking about? Speaking things, yes, Debo, speaking things into existence, even when what we see shows different. That's exactly what we did. That's probably what Art was doing if she said she was healed. Exactly. And that's when I was told that. That's what I said. I said she's probably practicing that. Rockabye Baby says, and did you believe her when she said her holistic herbs healed her? Did I believe it? I didn't know. Because I think healing is a personal thing. And I think it's not for me to believe or disbelieve. I think as long as that person believes, that's what matters. But remember, I was a part of this name it and claim it healing ministry where I believed you can lay hands on people and heal you. I believe that. And I still believe that to this day. I believe in healing. I believe that God has the power to heal you supernaturally. I truly believe that. I believe that because I had my ear was cut. I had some keys hit my ear. The key hit my ear and split it, like right down the middle, the fat part, the lobe. It split my earlobe. So they said I went to the emergency room. It was bleeding bad. He said, "Oh, you're gonna have to go to the plastic surgeon because he's got to stitch your ear up because earlobes don't grow back together." And I said, "Okay." So I met. They put a little band-aid on it, and did the best they could. I went to the plastic surgeon. The plastic surgeon took the band-aid off. He was like, "Who did your ear?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He said, "Who did your ear? They did a pretty good job. I don't even see a scar. Who did it?" And I said, "Nobody did it. They sent me to you to do it." He said, "Oh, no. Earlobes don't grow back together, but yours has grown back together perfectly. And I don't even have a scar." So that's what I'm telling you. I believe in the power of healing. TNK says, "I didn't know she was trying to get back. I didn't really follow her. Plus, I've been very busy." I know, TNK, because when you're busy, you can't check like that. I didn't know she was trying to get back either. She said it was stage 4 when she was in the hospital. Wow. This is just witchcraft. That's what Believe says. Believe in God says it's just witchcraft. I saw Phoenix interview with Unapologetic Negro Pen, and it was believable. Yeah, the story, it was believable. I believed it. I believed the kid was coming. I believed everything Phoenix said. Everything until there was no evidence. Hold on, I need something to drink. Till it was no evidence. Team member says if cancer is in your family, you need to start getting them at 25. What's this person's name? Uzone says, "Oh my God, I love ART CATHEY. I can't believe she's gone, and she was trying to get better in Ghana. Oh my God, she has so much potential in the African continent, and gave her all to Africa with her messages." Miss Me says, "It also had to be stressful witnessing." It is. PDF. It is. And the other thing she witnessed and was not prepared to see. You are clearly in your feelings about something. The truth hurts. And it's true. Yep. It's true. The PDF is, y'all, the PDF is shocking because you're looking around at everybody else and you're looking like, don't they see that? You looking like, ain't nobody else disturbed by this by me but me? Nobody's upset by this but me. And then when you say something, how do you know that's what it is? How do you know? What? How do I know? Yeah, PDF is just disturbing. You're not ready for that. She wasn't ready for that. And I don't care who it is. You go there and you're not ready for that. You're going to experience some type of anxiety and depression. I guarantee you, whether these repats admit it or not, all of them went through some type of anxiety and depression when they went over there. It's just the way it is. So much food. Rockabye Baby says so much food, but not many veggies. Apparently, all their dishes are brown, white, and thank you. Brown, white, and mushy. And you get tired of that. You get because that's not our diet. But that's what they eat. It's now, and I got tired of seeing brown. I couldn't eat no more brown. I couldn't eat no more brown. I'm like, no, I can't eat no more brown. And she couldn't either. She couldn't, and just think what that was doing to her. if she had colon cancer. And she obviously did. She probably had cancer then and didn't do chemo and eventually led to her death. Oh, so you think she didn't do the chemo? But why didn't she do the chemo? I don't get that. Why didn't she just stop, go back, and do the chemo? Yep, it sure did. She said, Kiki, DeBo says, Kiki, your earlobe grew back together without a scar. Yep. And she said, look at God. That's what the doctor said. The doctor couldn't believe it. He looked at me and he said, earlobes don't grow back together, especially not without a scar. They don't grow back together at all. You have to have surgery for them to plastic surgeon. All right, so now look, before we get off here, I want to let me look through my notes and make sure I tell y'all everything I wanted to say. So I told y'all who ART CATHEY was. For people who didn't know, ART CATHEY was educated. She was a businesswoman, and she was just not a nobody. All right, she had a son. She was a mother. She had an ex-husband, and she was full of life. She was so full of life. She came from Atlanta when she went to Gambia, and like I said, she had went to Chief Amechi School, and she was a free-spirited person. She didn't come to Africa, out of desperation. She didn't come to Africa out of, this is my last chance in life. No, she went to Gambia because she wanted to be a part of this repatriation movement. She believed in it, and I believe she thought it would help heal her. I believe she thought once I would get in the sun, get in the water, live a natural life, I believe she thought that would help keep her healed, but she had no idea what she was getting herself into. She had no idea. ART CATHEY was not a reckless type of woman. She was not ignorant. She was not uneducated. She was intentional about what she did. Her role in this impact in this repat movement, I cannot emphasize this enough. ART CATHEY was a major voice in the Gambian repatriation movement. She was highly visible on Facebook and Instagram, encouraging people to come to Gambia. She used her platforms to get people to talk about Africa. She used her platforms to get people to visit Africa. And she used her platform to get people to invest in Africa. She helped spark interest at a critical time. At a critical time, people. At a time when people was ready for change, she sparked their interest and people were coming. When ART CATHEY arrived on the scene, y'all, it elevated visibility. People paid attention and she brought momentum. Because ART CATHEY was about, let's do it, let's get it done. She was about, let's do it now. This was a spark that helped push the major repatriation conversation forward. People were talking about going to Gambia. People were talking about invest, relocate Africa. People were talking about building this community in Africa. But after arriving, like I said, there was a noticeable shift. Things changed. The pressure, the culture shock, and the isolation. You see how much art was by herself after a while? She didn't even go out anymore. That's how I knew it was depression and anxiety. She just stayed in the house. It was expectation versus reality, and the reality was overwhelming. And this is especially because she was visible. Now just think, she's the leader of this repatriation movement. Everybody coming to Gambia wants to meet her, but she don't want to meet nobody. She's drained of people by this point. She's tired of all of this. They got PDF going over here. People don't say nothing. The housing is not up to standard. People don't say nothing. People don't do what they say they're supposed to do. Workers don't work the way they're supposed to work, and people don't say anything. She stopped making videos. She wasn't making videos like she was supposed to be. And she was the visible person. She was the leader. But she was navigating in unfamiliar territories, unfamiliar waters. After a while, it got to her. I believe the breakdown was a combination, like I said, of pressure from trying to navigate these waters, trying to invest, relocate Africa, keep it afloat. Not afloat, it was floating, but keep it floating, keep the people coming. The culture shock and the isolation. I really do. And I think her struggles with her mental illness all played a part in this. It wasn't weakness and it wasn't failure, and it damn sure wasn't scammy. Hold on, let me see if y'all got some comments up here. Okay, let me go back to this real quick because she told the truth. She was experienced. Okay, she told you what was going on. She spoke. She spoke about housing problems, poor construction quality, and unrealistic expectation. She discussed relationship dynamics and different expectations that were placed upon the women. She told us all of this before anybody said anything. She warned, not everyone is your friend. Remember when she talked about the smiling coast, why they call it that? Everybody that smiles in your face doesn't mean safety. People will try to get over on you whenever they can. Her honesty disrupted the narrative. People wanted promotion, not warnings. No, they wanted ART CATHEY to promote the Gambia, not warn us about it. Truth made people very, very uncomfortable. So y'all know what happened after that, right? She was attacked online. She was discredited. Her character was questioned. There were claims made against her. And remember the petition Renee Marcus put out to get her deported from the Gambia? Y'all remember that? But she was never found guilty. Now remember, we're talking about this person who was acquitted of all charges. She wasn't found guilty of anything in the Gambia. Nothing. No, nothing. Convicted of nothing. Allegations are not convictions. Rumors are not facts. A rumor don't have no receipt. That's how you know it's a rumor. They can't produce a receipt. But a fact got receipt for days. So ART CATHEY couldn't take it no more. She left Ghana under all this pressure. I mean, Gambia under all this pressure. And she even came back to the United States for a while. She was selling real estate with her boyfriend. It looked like she was doing pretty good. At least I thought she was. You know, she looked healthy. She looked fine. And then all of a sudden, she comes back to Ghana. You look up, and she's back in Ghana this time. So she was pushed out of the Gambia, and that they should be shamed for that. We should be ashamed how we treated ART CATHEY. I'm talking about the repacks, how we treated her, how we didn't support her. So now she comes back here, then she goes back and she relocates to Ghana. In Ghana, she continues working. She's helping people with land leasing and buying properties. I mean, just, you can't buy them, but you know what I mean. She continues her repatriation work over there. She comes very focused, she's always still focused on her diet, on her food, on her dresses. She loves her little dresses. She loves getting her hair braided. She openly criticized the food quality in the Gambia. Then she was transparent, y'all. She openly announced that she had cancer. She created a GoFundMe to return home. Unfortunately, the haters got in on there and telling people she was a scammer, she was a liar, she didn't have cancer, and not to give. And a lot of people didn't give. People accused her of lying, donation slow, public support fractured. Yep, they was calling her a liar. Despite accusations, no proof of scamming, and no guilty findings. Even though I kept telling y'all Art looked real skinny, Art didn't look healthy, and I believed that she had cancer, I believed something was wrong, people didn't believe me. No, Kiki, no. And when she said she was healed and I was in Africa, y'all was writing me in Africa, saying, what you say about that? Now, Art Cathy has passed away. Confirmation came from her brother. This is real. This is final. And this is tragic. I just can't believe it. Uh, this is a hard one, y'all. Art Cathy was complex, honest, and flawed and brave. She told truths many didn't want to hear, but she paid a heavy price for it. Wow. I guess you would say Art Cathy paved the way for me. Yeah, I guess you would say that. Because she was the first one who stood up and told the truth to their face that they're lying about this repatriation movement, that they're lying about what goes on over here, that they're just a bunch of liars. She told the truth, and many didn't want to hear it, and she paid the price for her honesty. She deserved dignity in her death. I'm sorry, she deserved dignity in her life and in her death. I send my condolences to her family, my love to her son, and most of all, I send peace to her spirit. I hope she finally has peace now at that young age. And her son gotta be young. He gotta be young, y'all. Yep, he gotta be young. I sell Western style foods in all African countries. Oh, I'm sorry, you said they sell Western style foods in all African countries. In the supermarket, there are choices. Um, yeah, but a lot of that food ain't fresh. So you're gonna choose some food that ain't fresh because it's not fresh. And some of it has like the expiration date on it it's expired food, and it's more expensive also. But this person's right. Ultimately, you're gonna have to end up going to the grocery store because you the meat and stuff, you don't know how long it's been sitting in that hot sun. Who are you talking about? Me? Why don't I cook for my family? I do. But sometimes I can't cook. Like sometimes I can't. We like when we go all day, like when we have business to take care of, it's not like here where you can just go and come right back. It's ridiculous. It's like it takes you all day to do something. So by the time you get back home, you want something to eat. You don't want to be in the kitchen trying to cook. It's going to take you forever. I want something, at least I want something to eat when I get back home. So I have to usually go buy it. And then sometimes I can't cook the food because there is no food for me to cook. We have to go find the food, and what if they don't have it? It's not like here, oh, I want some chicken that day. I can go get some chicken. No, you can't. What if they don't have chicken? What if I get to the market late or get to the little stand where they sell it at late? I'm not going to get chicken that day unless I go to the market and the grocery store, and those chicken wings been frozen, unthawed, refrozen, unthawed. I don't want those. So I do cook for my family, but sometimes we have to go out and we got to eat out in public. We don't know, Dara, what's it from. We're assuming it's from the colon cancer because of that's what she was suffering with. Tanya says, oh, Tony Africa. Hi, Tony Africa. He says, wow, this is a hard one to believe. I visited Gambia because of this woman. See, I told y'all. Didn't I tell y'all? Our Kathy was very important to this movement. She was the first person I seen talking about it. Her and Quasi Boy, they were buying. I'll never forget. They were buying plants, and they were looking for furniture for the house. They were decorating this house. Yep, and she got out the car and they were talking about different stuff. Yes, ma'am, she passed. Quasi was her business partner in the Gambia. He sure was. Please don't tell me that. I'm so sorry. I wish it wasn't true. I was trying to deny it all day. That's why I kept asking for receipts. I kept on saying, I need a receipt. I need a receipt. I kept looking. I didn't see it. And I was like, okay, maybe it ain't true. But if K and K Squad said it, it pretty much, I figured she pretty much knew. But I'm like, because why would K and K Squad get on here and say something that ain't true? So then I kept looking and kept looking. And you guys kept writing me and writing me. Then I finally got it. How does old girl still have a lawsuit against Quasi? Who? How does who still have a lawsuit against Quasi? Does anybody have a lawsuit? I don't think anybody has a lawsuit against Quasi. I think Quasi has a lawsuit against some people for defamation. 3 people he's suing for defamation, but I don't believe Quasi has any lawsuits against him. For what? He hasn't done anything. He's been found not guilty of the lawsuit that was in Gambia. I was just thinking about her recently. She said she was supposed to come back to Maryland to be with her family and work on healing her body. Oh my God, are you serious? So she did want to come back. So those people who was calling her a scammer, she wasn't having cancer, don't give to her GoFundMe. You know your place in hell is waiting. But before you go to hell, you're going to live in hell. Watch. That's how it works. So many after her have tried so hard to make it work, but so many had to go. Yep. It won't get better if people won't even admit their problems. No, TNK. By the way, old girl has a GoFundMe to raise funds to help with that lawsuit. She raised $20 on a request. Rockabye, baby girl, bye. You stupid. What? Rockabye, baby. Will you please stop? Will you please stop? Lord, forgive me for laughing. Oh my God. Y'all know I don't be trying to go there. Y'all know. I gives no attention to the devil. Period. He gets none from me. Yeah, y'all, this is really sad. So, I think that's all I had in my notes. It's been we've been on here 2 hours. But I do want to play a clip before we get off of here. I do want to play one of her clips. I want us to hear her voice one more time together. Oh, one more time, y'all. Just one more time together. So let me go to her videos. So we can laugh at ART CATHEY one more time. Well, where did I go? I wanted to go to ART CATHEY's channel. I didn't want to go here. ART CATHEY. All right, so we're going to go here. We're just going to look at another video. Put up one of her videos. Hold on, y'all. Let me share the screen so y'all can see it. And then we're going to watch a little bit snippet from it. And then we're going to go say goodnight. If y'all find out any more information, y'all just text me. Okay, this was the one 8 months ago when she told us.
Complications with that have come back up, and it caused me a lot of pain. So this was
Okay, this is when she was talking about the complications in that ultrasound.
treat me amazing.
This is when she's in the hospital.
Yeah, I appreciate Ghana. I appreciate Ghana so much because they got me on the best means the best food. You know, I was initially scared at first because I didn't know what the experience would be like, you know, how different it is from America. But I'm so pleased with the staff, with everybody, with how things are going. And they have very good food. Like I'm really, really pleased with everything so far. So if you're thinking about moving here, for sure, I would definitely say go to Banks. Banks Hospital is the best. Think about money, you know, where the money is. So Banks Hospital in Cantonment, which is the upscale part of town. I highly recommend this place. Let me show y'all what we got. They got fresh watermelon juice, okay? We got chicken stew. Y'all see this chicken stew? And they got rice. You know, they got a lot of rice in here. But the food's good. Everybody's been treating me amazing. I'm dealing with a health crisis right now, and being an herbalist is very humbling to go through the things that I've been talking about for years, you know, and how to reverse cancer and how to reverse this disease.
See, this will make me think she had cancer, that she knew that she had it before. She's had it for a while because of what she focused on.
How to reverse that disease. You know, I'm having to do those things for myself right now, but the pain was really so great that I needed to come in. I hope y'all can hear me okay. But this ain't a pity video. It's important because I think people see me being so strong all the time. And when you're living in a foreign country, it's important to have faith in their medical system. I was scared as hell to come to an African hospital. I'm not gonna even lie. Like, y'all want to know, you know, what it's like, the doctors and stuff like that. Yeah, like you want to be able to have and put your faith and your trust in, you know, a medical facility that you can really rely in and feel like it's gonna be good. So this one's been great. I hope everybody else is good out there. Take care of your health. Don't let stress get to you. I've let stress get to my body.
Wow. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear what she said? She said she let stress get to her body. And that's what we was just talking about, that we bet the stress from all them scamming allegations for all these years had an impact on her illness.
43 years old, I'm dealing with
Only
the effects
43.
of stress. And
Wow.
something about your mortality, you just lose your fear. So I don't have a lot of fear anymore about, you know, talking about things and being honest and real. But
her mortality, so she knows she's leaving. She's come to, like this video, she, to me, it's like she's coming to accept the fact that I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here. Wow.
This is how it is, y'all. I'm sitting here really doped up on this morphine. It's not giving me the loopiness. It just took the pain away. So it doesn't give you like that euphoria high. But I wanted to tell you guys that if you are considering moving to Ghana and if you are looking for medical facilities right
and see,
now.
they was even talking about that. They was like, yeah, she taking morphine. Yeah, she is feeling loopy. But see, what these people don't understand is that when you're in pain, in real life pain, and you take pain medicine, guess what? You don't get loopy. You don't get loopy. Oh, unless she was taking the honey like they was giving it to me around the clock, you gonna get loopy.
Check out Banks Hospital. Banks Hospital is the best. It's in Cantonment. You can pay with cash or insurance. You do have insurance options here too. So if you have questions about that, you can definitely hit us up. Go to getthefuckoutofamerica.com. If you're thinking about moving to Ghana, you want relocation services. For those of y'all just joined me, yes, girl, I'm in the hospital. But thank God, girl, the air conditioning on. I didn't know what these hospitals was gonna be looking like in Ghana for real. For real. I really didn't because I had an emergency surgery in the States in 2023. It was an abdominal surgery, and maybe y'all haven't heard me talk about that, but it was an emergency surgery. I had to get cut on in my stomach and remove a blockage. So,
See, that's why
so
I think that right there is when I think. Let me see, when did she say this happened? That's when I think she really knew.
services. For those of y'all just joining me, yes, girl, I'm in the hospital. But thank God, girl, the air conditioning on. I didn't know what these hospitals was gonna be looking like in Ghana for real. For real. I really didn't because I had an emergency surgery in the States in 2023. It was an abdominal surgery, and maybe y'all haven't heard me talk
2023.
about that, but it was an emergency surgery.
Uh-huh.
I had to get cut on in my stomach, and America.com. If you're thinking about
Oh, that
moving
was
to
over
Ghana, you want
2 years
relocation
ago.
services. For those of y'all
Wow.
just joining me, yes, girl, I'm in the hospital. But thank God, girl, the air conditioning on. I didn't know what these hospitals was gonna be looking like in Ghana for real. For real. I really didn't because I had an emergency surgery in the States in 2023. It was an abdominal surgery, and maybe y'all haven't heard me talk about that, but it was an emergency surgery. I had to get cut on in my stomach and remove a blockage. So some complications with that have come back up, and it caused me a lot of pain. So this was my first time really seeking out medical attention, real medical attention, and having to be admitted here. But I'm not as scared anymore. The staff has been great. I love Ghanaians.
Yeah, that's what I thought. This started in the United States. I could kind of tell that it started 2023 when she was here. Remember, she was back here with Brandon then. Yep, she was back here. They was living in Atlanta doing the selling the houses and stuff. So you know what? All that stress, yeah, all that stress, it was too much.
I'm sorry. It's something about y'all so charming. It's something so charming about Ghanaian people. They just make you want to love them. The staff has been wonderful to me. They have been absolutely wonderful. Africans got a different vibe about them. It hits different, and you can tell they give a damn here in this hospital. They really give a fuck about how you feel. So I've had people ask me, what about the hospital's dentist? I've gone through the dentist experience here. I've gone through now the hospital experience, and I have a personal doctor. Shout out to Dr. Bola. She's been helping me. And shout out to the tourists. She's a tourist, May 4th tourist. I don't know what it is, tourist season. She's helping me. So put some loves in the chat for Dr. Bola, my tourists out there. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate all of my friends here in Ghana, my friends, family that's been sending me prayers to get me through this. But as a Sagittarius, we don't really be weak like that. We're very strong people, and we don't like to really tell people when we're going through anything. But it's important to show people that you're a real person. And shout out to everybody joining me. Kimberly, Tobiah, Patrice. This is so humbling too, by the way. It's made me really think about life so much different. But the care that I've received here so far has been top tier. Top tier. The food, like I said, we got fresh chicken soup, this fresh watermelon juice, which I'm about to mess with. I didn't get a straw. They don't really care about getting straws like that. Get this diagnosis, don't go to the hospital. I have had to dealing with what I'm dealing with. I was dealing with a lot of pain. So this is like from post-op from 2023. But I just want to tell y'all.
Wow. So 2023, she been going through this since 2023. She been dealing with a lot of pain since 2023.
If anything happened to me, y'all don't see me no more. Don't make up no crazy shit. I've become very comfortable staring in the face of death, staring in the face of sickness, even as a healer. It's been very humbling to be the main person talking about herbal remedies and stuff. And if you get this diagnosis, don't go to the hospital. I have had to rethink a lot of stuff that I used to say.
Wow.
Because when pain hits you, pain is different.
Yeah.
All the positivity and talking to
go
your
out
body
the window.
healing, with meditation, like all of that's cool. But when you're in pain,
Yeah.
you just want like the biggest pill you can find. You're ready to go to the hospital. So for a naturopathic person like me, I'm using naturopathic herbs as well. But I'm also making sure that I'm in touch with the medical community. In Ghana, they do both. They respect herbalists, they respect doctors, and root workers like shamans, healers. That's what I love about Ghana, is they work together. So, you know, the herbs I'm taking aloe vera juice as well as, you know, pain meds and a lot of different things. So they work together here. And I just want to thank all of the nurses and staff here at Banks Hospital. It's in Cantonment. Cantonment is the most upscale area you can get in Ghana. Okay, so if you want nice, you know, high end, expensive. Much I talked to a client yesterday. I wasn't feeling good, sis. I was just in pain. Sis. Okay, but I still got a smile on my face, even though it's been scary, because the people here and my friends, and of course my family and support system, they've made this so much better for me. They've made it so much better for me, honey. It's easy to fall in love here. The people are just so nice. I've had to create my own family, so everybody here, friends, even on the GTFOA team, like they've become family for me too. You know, taking on so much stress in my life and past things that I'm healing through, you know, it's really taken a toll on me, quite honestly. So, you know, I just wanted to kind of share this with you. Look, I said I wasn't gonna go live.
Yeah, you are.
But I did. I just wanted to tell everybody how good y'all been to me. My sweet CNA nurse morphine going live. And it didn't even give me like this drug some man to get back on me. Babe, I love you. M is Deb, Mr. Get Girl. Don't prick me.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's good because
Girl. Got it on my finger, honey.
He's only there on for 20 minutes.
I'm very easy. I'm an easy patient.
I can see that.
I'm an easy patient. I'm just talking on my live, minding my business. Get doped up. Okay. What's up, Title Realtor at Jamaica, Cat One Boss, Prince, Inspirational Light and Candles Trail. What's up, you girl in the hospital? Y'all send prayers. I never thought I'd be that girl talking about send prayers. Y'all can send prayers or whatever, but I had to let y'all see this real side of me and my life in Ghana. Okay, I just wanted to tell y'all the Banks Hospital is the best. I'm so happy because you really come in with a lot of concern like I did. I didn't know what this was about to be like, child. I really didn't. But to come and see how competent the staff is working. But Cantonment, top notch.
Oh, wait.
And I think that it's okay for us to embrace when we're down and when we're sick and when we're not feeling as strong or as positive. You know, I've been through my crying spells and wondering why God, why me, and all this type of stuff. But I really don't have a lot of time to think about that. I'm just thinking about who I can help with this experience. That was the first thing I thought about. I was gonna just be silent because that's what a lot of sadists do. We were suffering silence, honey. But I'm just glad that I'm able to give this information and, you know, tap into the people that do care about me. It is a lot of people that care about me, and I'm going through my own period of healing, self-reflection, and changing my life and how I think about things. There's so many things I would have done differently, you know, and so many things I prioritize now. So if y'all have questions for me, go to the website for sure. Good relocation service for you guys. I'm glad that we've been working with so many people lately to relocate to Ghana. And if you have any questions about that, set up a call with me. I got a lady I got to talk to in a few days, and a couple of people that set up 1 hour sessions with me. I will be well enough. I'll be well enough for my session. So everybody that signed up for a session today, I see you. Signed up for a 60 or 90-minute session. I see you. So go to the website, check it out. I'm still here in Ghana, and I think I'm probably the best person to talk to about living in Ghana because I've had my full circle experience now. It's come full circle. Got here, enjoying it, had my ups and now the downs, you know, but it's all a part of being here and being in a foreign country. It's all things that we need to know and everything that people go through. So if you have questions about that in Ghana and you want to talk one-on-one, go to the website. But until then, I'm going to be here in Bank Hospital, sipping my fresh watermelon juice, girl. Fresh juice. You see what I'm saying? Fresh watermelon juice. Mm. And they had this chicken stew. They got chicken stew. I love Ghana, baby. That Ghana's gonna give you some chicken stew.
Oh, wow.
Y'all see kind of a more real version of me. Because Sagittarius are very strong. We present so strong, but you need to see someone like me present in a more real, vulnerable way. And healers get sick too. Healers get sick too. The herbalist thing, that's cool. Talking about how to reverse diseases and cancer, all of that's cool. But when it hits you, it's different. And it's humbled me. I was so arrogant in the past. I didn't even understand people that had illnesses or people that had weight issues or any kind of health issues. I had so much toxic positivity around it, and I guess you could say ego around what I thought I knew and what I thought I could heal. And so now that I'm here healing at the pace of my own body, it's going at its own pace. Life is doing its own thing, and it's only so much you can control. So it's a lot that you have to let go of and just release. All right. That's all I have to say for now. Thanks for everybody that joined me, and thanks for everybody that's sending good energy my way.
Wow.
I will be back with you guys, but yeah, I ain't letting social media dictate my life no more. Like, girl, I gotta relax. I gotta rest. Okay, so I'm out of here, guys. Send me love and light. Talk to you later.
Wow. Well, that was the video she made when she told us all what was going on. And then I just went to her website, right, to see if they had put anything on there. And it's nothing on here. Yeah. Yeah, it's not on here. It's nothing on here saying she passed away. It's nothing on here. Wow. So what's going to happen to this? All of this. These are her services that she did. This was her website. I guess it was like a relocate. It's kind of like Invest Relocate Africa, but she was pretty much doing it on her own with her products. Yeah, see? Land Buyer's Guide. Yeah. Then she has some reviews on here. Let's see. Here goes Storm Monroe. And somebody else is on here. Desta. She was on here. Oh, Emma. Okay, she got a lot of testimonials. Okay. But I don't see where they have put that she passed away. All right. Let me go back to y'all. She was still, yeah, she was. I thought so too. She did look young, TNK. She was only 43. That means she just got out her 30s. She was really young, too young for this. Too young for this. Uzan says cancer is inflammation in the body, so detoxing the body is important to do. There's a lot of bad pesticides used in Africa. Chicken feed is bad, and regulations aren't there. The surgery was in America with complications. I wonder why. I don't know. I don't know. My God, let her rest in peace. Yes. Yes. Yep. Let her rest in peace. I knew she was stressed from everything. I knew. How could she not be? How could you not be? When you worked all this time you went to school, you sold real estate, you did all kind of things to build your name up. You had several different businesses. And then you go to Gambia and get involved in this repat movement, and then they try to destroy your name. They give you a high-tech lynching on YouTube and social media, and everybody believe it. But it was based on nothing. Nothing. They believed a lie. Just about everyone is going, women, just about everyone is going to treat pain. So please stop judging people. You will need it someday. You sure will. Because pain will break you down. All right, y'all. That's all I have. I just wanted to come on here and I wanted to say, give a tribute to, just to talk about Art Cathy, because I was just like, I couldn't talk about that. I couldn't talk about Lisa. I couldn't, give her the respect and the service that she needed because I was stuck on Art Cathy. I can't believe she gone. You know, I can't believe this woman is gone, but she is. And at only 43. 4 years ago, she was in her 30s. Only 43. This woman is gone. Pray for her mother. Pray for her sons. Pray for her whole family. Because they're going through it. And I'm so sorry that she couldn't get back here. All right, y'all. That's all I have. Y'all just remember Art Cathy. Let's not ever forget her. Let's not ever forget her. And everything that she's done for this movement. All right, y'all. I'm about to get off here. We've been on here 2 hours and 21 minutes. But before we go, I got to put on this one video. I got to do it. I got to do it. I just got to play the most famous Art Cathy. See, look how she looked, y'all. I kept telling y'all something was wrong with her. Can y'all see? No, y'all can't see it. Hold on, let me share the screen. I'm going to put on this last one. I got to share this one. But look how she looked. Look how she looked. Compared to how small she is now. 7 years ago, I bet she did not think in 7 years I'm going to be gone. I bet you she didn't think that. 7 years, I'm going to be gone. Yep, in 7 years. And I'm going to be gone. This is the one. This is when Art Cathy told off everybody and they mama. Remember, Tim?
On your clothes and a fucker that don't even give a damn.
Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is what had me laughing so hard.
No call, no show. They act confused. I don't have time for that. You got one time to fuck up with my money and it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You will go in these stores, they will sit there and look at you like, oh, okay. Okay. Oh, yes, it's the. And then some of them, they be right on it. What the fuck are y'all doing? I can tell the Lebanese on everything, honey. I saw that the first week. I was like, no wonder they don't have nothing. These fuckers are really like shooting themselves in the foot. You will literally try to work with them.
This what made them mad too. When she was pointing out that the Africans don't even own Africa. They were so mad when she was pointing all this out.
And said, hey, do this. Now, the people we work with, we've had to vet and go through people. We got the right people, and it's like a family. So it's not like a worker staff thing. It's really more like a family. And you have to vet people and make sure they're right. But girl, you'll be trying to put them on. And they don't go fuck it up. Lord. And they want to get on here and project all their bullshit
And now they mad and want to police every single thing we doing over here.
Yeah.
As if they have a right. You don't have a right to say anything to us anymore. Our ghettos. Go back to America. You ain't told no Lebanese to go back to Lebanon because you hate your fucking self. That's why I'm okay with not being considered African. It's like, if it means I gotta sit down and not do this, baby, we find out I'm okay. Like, I'll get the little DNA test or whatever, but girl, tell me, have I learned the language? Girl, let me tell you something. I learned the language of power. I know the language of power. That's the language that's the only language you need to know. You need to know an own code language. That's what you need to do. Don't pressure me about learning shit. Knowing my tribe. First of all, regardless of it, it ain't the lower class, it ain't the slave class, it's the royalty class. We're starting to see who the queens are. Because see, we seeing a lot of slave behavior. I don't know any queens that bleach their skin.
Yeah, she was making them mad when she was talking about them like this. This is the Gambians was getting mad.
I don't know any kings that got a beg for their humanity. King. A chief with nut sacks on your neck. I'm gonna have to pull your royalty card. So we're clear about who it is now. All y'all guys deflections, and I hear African. It's like it's a competition now. They coming back. Oh, I'm coming. This Nigerian guy was my communist one day. I'm gonna come back, and I'm not gonna just provide little 2 or 3 jobs here and there, domestic jobs. I'm gonna provide hundreds of jobs. Fool, do it then. See, now they mad because this nigger. And they want to say she didn't have nothing but $2,000 when you came out there. Bitch, why you came out my pocket? And y'all so stupid, you don't know how to roast right. Let's just say I did have $2,000. Bitch, I got 10 times that now. And what does that matter? Like, y'all don't know that it's about where you at. Doing there, babe.
Okay, this is the part I'm going to show you, then we hanging up.
Doing it. Hollering about how somebody's cursing and being disrespectful.
Yeah.
And people that took over all your industries.
Cursed.
They really raping you. They're molesting you. We don't have to listen to y'all goofy ass no more. Get those roaches out of here. And black people, when you come out here, make no mistake, it's okay for you to stand firm and it's okay for you to bring hell and bust some goddamn heads just on GP. Just on GP, because it's a 10 out of 10 chance. If you see their ass over here, they ain't up to no motherfucking good. How about that for profiling? They ain't up to no fucking good. So let them have it. You shooting our babies. You're throwing out people in the streets. Let them have it, honey. Every single one of them you see just frolicking along in the streets. Motherfucker, throw a rock, throw a stick. Every interracial couple you see at these beaches, bitch, throw water on them. It needs to be uncool for your ass.
But what she's talking about is when y'all see it, y'all got to see what she's talking about, because it's not just the interracial couple, y'all. She's talking about these women are like 77. Well, I don't know. They're European women. They may not be 70. They might be in their 50s or their 60s. But I've never seen skin that wrinkly and that saggy. And then they have on these swimsuits. You know, they don't have on no clothes. So you could just pretty much see, you know, you just see everything. Like I've never seen skin hanging off a body like that before until I go to the Gambia. And these women will be with fine Gambian men. They're young. They're real young. Young. Gambian men. Muscles everywhere. And you looking like, what is that little boy? One of them y'all look like, I don't know if y'all know Peter and Paul from P Square. I was eating at Solomon's. I looked up and I saw one of them, and behind her, I kid y'all not, the dude she was with looked like Paul from P Square. I kid y'all not. I couldn't believe it. So that's what she's talking about. And that, I mean, to look at that, that's going to bother you. You're going to get sick of looking at that. And she's right. She's right. That was a big problem there.
Showing your face. We are sick of you. It's time for us to ostracize y'all ass
And
to
the
meet
people
you
up
with
there
some
don't say nothing
hostility.
about it.
It's time for us to boo when we see your fucking interracial ass couples walk around here with your half-caste children to just be a buffer class for somebody else. We need to boo your ass. Throw hot water on your ass. That's what I've been wanting to say.
See, that's how I know she was stressed. Because this
All
how
they
you
can do is
feel.
come with their regular shit. You ghetto, you do drugs, you're a crackhead,
Yeah.
you're crazy. They are so third grade. Watch, look at them. They have nothing to say. They're sleepy as hell. It's just nighttime. Good night, dear man. Good night, mom. Good night, mom. Oh, it's nappy time. Nappy time for Dembe. It's nappy time. Nappy time. Nappy time for Dembe. Morning, mama. What shall we do today, mama? We shall go to the market and we shall work for the white man today, Dimba. Okay, mama. It's sleepy time, sleepy time, sleepy time for Dimba. We are the real Africans. You niggas, go back to your ghetto. Dimba, you got 25 pounds on your head, bro. What are you doing, Dimba? You going to work for the Lebanese? You going to work for the Lebanese, Dimba? You need something to cover your sleepy, goofy ass up so y'all can just go back to sleep? You need to go back to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bye, Dembe. Love you. Your sleepy ass. And really be they in a coma.
Yeah.
They in a coma. They just dead. Give them up to God. Take them to the ancestral realm. Take them up.
That's why she made them furious when she made this video. They were furious with ART CATHEY, and the Americans were furious with ART CATHEY also because they felt like you're making it bad on us because you're making the Gambians mad because you're talking about their behavior. But I'm telling you, what else was she going to do? That's why I'm telling you, I know, because when I stay in Africa too long, I get cynical just like her. And that's how I know I've been there too long. Too long. Because everything that people do will start getting on your nerves.
Take them up.
But what she's saying is true. She's saying they're walking through life just sleepy. While everybody's coming over there and taking over their country, and it's true, taking over their country and doing whatever they want to do, and they're just letting them do it. The PDFs come over there and do whatever they want to do, and they're just letting them do it. I even got a video about the European grannies. The European grannies, honey, they ain't got nothing on them passport grannies in Ghana. Them European grannies in the Gambia, they don't got nothing on the passport grannies in Ghana. I'm telling you, it will blow your mind. You will just be sitting there like, what? Like, what? Yes. Y'all, okay. She ain't lying. But this Kathy is saying it at the point where I'm frustrated. I can't take this place no more. I'm sick of it, and I'm ready to get out of here. She should have just left.
Because they sleep. Turn the machine off, unplug it. Baby, they DOA, they dead on arrival. Dead on arrival.
They don't see what we see. You know what I mean? And that's not all of them. It is not all of them. But the majority of them, they don't see what we see. Like, we can call a spade a spade. We can look at a spade and we can say, oh, that's a spade. And like on the video, one video I was playing about Lisa, and the dude was on there, and the dude was saying that the realest, now that he's older, he realized that the realest ends in the world is the Black Americans, because if the Black Americans don't F with you, they don't F with you. They ain't gonna smile up in your face and pretend like they're your friend. And other groups will. See, the Gambians do that. You know, but I guess they call that tolerating. I don't know, but Africans do that. You know, but we don't do that. And this is confusing to her to see this behavior. It's mind-boggling to her. Because we come from a people where we call a spade, and we have no problems doing it.
But they worry about, are you learning the language?
She's silly. Are you learning?
Yeah,
they always asking you that.
Y'all can come up with something else for me. I'm okay with that. Oh, you're not African. Like the lady said, when I came there to buy some of her shit and give her some of my 2-bob money, girl, I'm so proud to be a 2-bob. I will come with my own language before I allow people that's this goddamn weak and stupid. I don't come with my own shit. I'm be like, ding, 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 and that meant hello. I told my own language and dialect before I come align and word myself about how they qualify me. Girl, please. I'll get tapping on shit. We'll go to Morse code. And that means fuck you. Okay? I don't have time. Nope. So again, they mad. This year return, everybody coming back. They ain't giving you shit. Have y'all been carried in by anybody yet? Have y'all had y'all nutsack on anybody's neck yet?
Now, what she's upset about is because in Ghana, they had installed this Chinese man to be a chief.
You for shit? We never asked you for shit. All we do is just want to be left the fuck alone. Just like Black Wall Street, just like all the successful Black communities throughout history, and they've always sabotaged us. See, you know what happens when we get to where we can be left in peace. We do this shit. We build.
Yep.
We build. That's why they're mad. They got to ride on our coattails making reaction videos, girl, because they don't have any creativity. Lord have mercy. You see, they be lame. You be like, I'm cool. I will be artisan before I'm African. That's fine with me. When am I going to change my slave name from Art to girl? I will happily keep my name. You can keep your Shakoto or Cisne and be a slave. I'll keep Art and have people see me as a queen. I'm fine with that. That's my lineage. Good night. Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So sisters, come over here and show them that we actually love our skin the way it is. We don't have to look like a goddamn pack of Franks. Sad. We're in cremation number 4. Casket ready faces and dead minds, honey. Fellas, if you want fat booties, bad wigs, and colonized minds, single brothers, come on to Africa, because there's a lot of them for you.
Yeah.
Ladies, if you want a bill and a con.
She talked about them people bad.
Man with some brown skin, but don't get you to come in bed, come to Africa. Please. You better praise God for your Black sisters, your Black brothers, because that's who we rocking with over here in the on-code African brothers and sisters. That's it. We don't care about y'all sleepy time Africans who's worried about curse words. Curse words.
Yeah, they be worried about them curse words. They need to stop.
Let the meat and rice.
Oh, wait a minute.
You are not African.
Okay, we go watch
they get fat as a house. All kind of cancerous shit they eat. I don't want none of the ass rice from the lady in the shop. I don't want none of y'all barbaric ass meals anymore with the meat and rice. Meat and rice. I like the meat and rice. No. You want to know why I lost so much weight? Because I can't.
Yeah.
Everything was nasty. Girl, the grocery stores, I didn't realize how good and sterile the stores were. You feel like you smelling somebody's open ass just anytime you just hanging out. What the fuck? It's the meat. It's the fruit. It's the fruit flies. It's the flies. The regular flies. It's the gnats. It's the roaches. It's the rats. It's the roaches, it's the
That's
rats,
not how she
it's
made
the
it
snakes,
sound.
it's the flies, it's the roaches, it's the rats, it's the roaches, it's the rats. You get that all over the place. And I'm like, shit.
She didn't just scratch to that.
I don't want to eat shit. Give me some fruit and some water. I'll cook it. I don't want no more y'all barbaric starchitarian food, the barbaric food. Meat and rice. I like the meat and rice. I want the meat and rice. Oh, here they go, like cooking monster, cooking monster. I want the meat and rice. You are not African if you don't eat some meat and rice. I don't want that shit. Don't eat no vegetables, no fruit, no nothing.
She ain't lying about that.
And they sitting up here with every kind of autoimmune disease and all the natural resources and healing plants all around them.
Yep.
But here they go. This is what they want to eat. I like the meat and rice. You are not African. Oh, you are not African. No. No. What do you need? You do not want this? You do not want this? You do not want to eat? Oh, you're not African. I like the meat and rice. We like meat and rice.
Oh my God.
I never eat your meat and rice with you, girl. I don't want it. I don't want your meat and rice. I don't want your diabetes. I don't want your hypertension. Yep. I'm cool. I'm cool. Cool. Don't go to eat in these restaurants out here, y'all. Don't do it. They're going to be changing their babies.
Now listen.
Wiping asses. And changing the damn bread on your damn sandwich.
Yep.
Don't do it. They're not washing their hands out here. And this is how I know COVID is a whole big farce. Because, baby, listen. If COVID was real out here, we'd all be dead. Nobody washed their hands out here. They just started putting these little pots outside so people can wash their hands for COVID precautions. Is the dumbest shit. And I'm so happy because they get a little refinement in their culture. Because otherwise, they don't wash their hands regularly. Girl, I ain't want to eat shit. Everything just looked like fucking shit. Like, ugh.
She's not lying, y'all.
No. You're not washing your hands, okay? These motherfuckers will use a rag, the same rag. They will say, oh, wash it down. And here they go. Hold on. You done cleaned the floor? Rags smelling like mildew. I can't.
I told you.
I ain't want to touch shit. I didn't want shit to touch me. Yep. I was like, I'm straight. Prison forks to eat with. I said, I can't have people coming in this. Nope. Not the sisters. Baby, it ain't that nothing that natural in the world. We don't want to be that natural. We don't want to be that natural and letting the flies and ants and we cool. I'm okay. Because you got rats in there. Okay? You do have rats. There's not even running water here. Okay? The water's been out for hours, sweetie. So I don't.
Told y'all it's too much.
What you talking about? Should we look at the women here? And, honey, people ain't even washing their ass regularly. What the honey, girl.
When I tell you she's not lying, she's not lying. This is the realities, and this is what made people mad. Because they feel like, ART CATHEY, how dare you come over here and talk about the realities of what goes on over here? How dare you do that?
Imagine what the pussy smell like. I don't even want to know. They already taken all the wrong birth control. They eat all the wrong shit, no fruit. You know what a bitch pussy smell like when she don't drink no water?
Lord.
You. Okay. Somebody that eat rice and meat all the time. What you think they smell like? I want the meat and rice.
Please stop.
Ugh. No, ma'am. That's why I lost weight also. You know, it was no steroids to the meat.
You know what? I was telling I had asked my husband, we watched this when I went to Gambia, and I showed him ART CATHEY, and I showed him this video. And I asked him, I wanted his feedback on it. And, he said he felt like she was entitled to her views and her opinions. But he said the thing that people would get offended by is the way she was saying it. How she was doing, I want the meat to rice, all of that. He said that part, the way she was saying it is what people will get offended by. It's not what she found different or what she found difficult was the issue. It was how she was saying it. And he said it comes across like she was trying to put them down and she was trying to insult them. And he always feels like there's a way you can say things without insulting people.
Yeah, we did. We can come here and build and not have our business and sabotage. I told you. They're just proving me right. When What's On Gambia reached out to me a couple of weeks back, maybe a month ago or whatever, talking about I want to get your side, I told them to kiss my ass. Don't call me now. You don't want to hear my side. You just want to be on some messy shit.
Yeah.
You just want to be on messy shit. I told them, I declined that shit. And I asked him, I said, why are y'all people so pathetic? Tell me that. And then I just kind of unfollowed the whole thread. Like I just sent it to my ignore. I'll go all collectively star and go and support this one Chinese Lebanese bakery. Dummies. We not doing that. It's gonna be some new Jim Crow up in this motherfucker. We gonna have black only. Think I'm supposed to care? Or divisiveness? No, we was actually telling you that it's only the ones that's on code here that we were working. We've been telling you we're not excluding everybody, but now that you put it like that, yeah, we need to exclude y'all because 90% of y'all is crazy.
And that's what she was saying, that the people who was coming was not on code. She thought it was this thing they was following called a B1. I think that's what it's called, B1. And, it was certain codes that you have to follow. And ART CATHEY thought people were coming there who were on B1, but they were not.
What you talking about? Girl, you got on a permanent blanket, bitch. Like, you trying to come for me. I went in there. I said, oh, no, she's not going to come for me. That slick shade. I was like, oh, caught that shade. Let me get the fuck on out before I bop this bitch over the head. How dare you? Oh, but she was all sucking my pussy. Oh, my husband loves you. And I'm like, oh shit, people recognize me. Okay, that's cute, whatever. Honey, she said some slick. Well, you were gonna have a problem with the government. Oh, here we go with this government. Honey, y'all repeat y'all selves a lot. And I got it together. I said, let me gather you real quick. She was like, oh no, you will not. I said, yes, I am gathering you. I had old girl hold my shit. And I had to get her together. But I said, let me not do this because the longer I talk, I start looking for shit to beat your ass with. I'm not even that one like that. I'll be honest. I'm coming with trauma. So you're not going to come to me and I'm going to fucking put you on with what's in my purse and you're going to say some fucked up shit out your mouth. I don't do all this back and forth shit. I'm just going to beat your ass. I've never felt like that before, but you're not going to disrespect me. I said, let me get the fuck on out of here for this slave. Get a real thrashing. So what I did was I hit her where it hurt. Shut that partnership down. I had so much shit to buy. We was like the counter about to check out. I snatched that money out of my girl. I said, oh no, girl. Give it all back. Throw all this shit back. We don't want it. You'll never get my money again.
Mm-hmm.
With roaches crawling through your shit. Girl.
She ain't lying about that either. All right, let's go over here. Well, that's why ART CATHEY was pissed. That's why they were all pissed off with her. Oh no, I want moderate pain meds if I'm suffering. It's not necessary to suffer. No, it's not. Talking reckless will get you pain. What? She ain't talking reckless. She's just telling how she feel. Very nice of you, Kiki, to do this sweet tribute. Oh, yeah, I miss her. I liked her. Thank you. The American Freedman said they're knocking. I don't know what you're talking about. And I think that was a disrespectful comment, so I'm going to delete that comment. Uh, some believe she was jujued with the cancer. She was jujued with the cancer. That's what you mean? Y'all think y'all jujued her? Y'all think the Africa's juju is that strong? Don't y'all think Aunt Kathy serve a God? Don't y'all think she got a God? Y'all think our gods is weak, huh? To the juju gods, huh? The juju gods gonna just walk all over our gods, huh? Well, or maybe God just had a plan and he just said that was enough. Maybe she was only supposed to do her 43 years. That had to be it, because if it was not it, it would not have happened like that. Do I believe she was juju? No, I don't believe she was juju. No. Juju don't work. Juju is all of a sudden. Like, it doesn't work the way. She hasn't explained sickness. Juju is, they don't know what caused it. Like I told y'all, it was a man who was jujued here at that went to this church. He went to Ghana and they jujued him in Ghana. And when it's juju, they cannot find out what the problem is. No matter what they do, they cannot find out what the diagnosis. You'll never have a diagnosis because they'll never know. She has a diagnosis and everything. Everything she's talking about is happening in the good old USA. But we're not talking about the USA. We're talking about Africa. Nappy time for Tempe took me out. Girl, is this a girl or a man? No, this is a man. I'll be laughing every time she do that. But it's true. It's true. Girl, some of them act just like that. Nappy time, sleepy time for Dembe. You ain't paying attention to nothing while everybody coming over here taking over your country. You just sleeping. Yeah, she was going in on that one. That was one of my favorite ones. And the Gambian hood rats, that's another one. I like that one too. I hope the Gambian people forgive her for disrespecting them. That what that's what she needs to worry about now. You know what? I don't think she needs to worry about that now. She's gone to the other side. She don't need to worry about nothing. Cause all of that, it don't even matter no more. She's done crossed over. And God knows what she was. It's clear this woman was having a breakdown. And like I was telling my husband, ART CATHEY wasn't talking to you all. She was talking to us about you all. That's different. When I'm talking to my family and my people, I talk completely different than when I'm talking to somebody who's not in my ethnic group. When we talk to each other, it's a lot of what she's doing. It's a lot of animation. It's a lot of cuss words. It's a lot of hand movements. It's a lot of all of that. Unfortunately, it's true. The people are still asleep. Yep, and comatose on the continent. And it's a shame. It is. That's why she couldn't take it. She was like, I don't know if she sold everything, but I done came over here, stopped doing my womb school. She was doing it a little bit, but wasn't doing it like that. Doing the stuff I was doing to come up here to push Africa, and Africa is over here still asleep. Africa is still over here catering to everybody but themselves. She was embarrassed. Why she kept going there if it was that bad? Well, she left Gambia. I think she only went there twice, actually. I think she went to Gambia and then she left and came back. She probably, usually you think it's that country. She probably didn't think Ghana was going to be as bad as Gambia. And she probably did. When she got there, she did like it. She's telling the truth. It was the first video I saw of her. Yep. Art missed her call. Right. She should have been an actress or a great drama teacher. Well, when she went to the university, she studied, I think she played the piano, or she was in the arts. So she was in the arts. So of course, that's why I think she's artsy like that. Yeah, she's hilarious. She's so funny. I used to be, honey, roll until you crying. I love her. She was wise beyond her years. Yep, she sure was. She sure was. Oh my gosh, she was hilarious. I can't believe she's gone. I can't either. I can't either. I can't watch this. It's racist as F. I'm something. Oh, I'm sorry, London lady. I'm sorry. Art needed a positive outlet for her activity in the Gambia, wasn't it? No, it wasn't it. The Gambia was not it. Kiki loves Nigeria. Remember Bonjour Belly wasn't no, that was horrible. And see, that's that. I mean, I just wasn't cussing and I wasn't, doing the extraness, but that's how I know how she was feeling. How racist when it's a response to what she's been told. How is it racist when it's a response to what she's been told? The anger was doing a number on her. Yes, it was. The anger, the it was the depression and the anxiety and the stress. It changes you, people. It changes your personality. And this lady, it was too much. London lady, it was too much. She didn't mean to talk about the people like that. She didn't mean to hurt them like that, but she was so full of anger and frustration, and about the white people. I don't think she was talking about, I mean, it's not, I think it was more the older European people with those young boys, not so much, at least I don't think she was talking. What I see is the problem is the older, those really old ladies with them European old ladies with those young boys. And I don't even think it's the fact that they're European. It's just that they're just way too old for them. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, the anger was doing a number on her. She's making generalizations. No wonder Renee was, exactly. That's what Renee was complaining about. But somehow she should have blocked this video so only the African American people could see this. Okay? Because we understand it. We understand, what she's saying. This, when you start talking about race like that, when you start talking about situations like that, that means you frustrated beyond frustration. That means I'm tired of this and I can't take it no more. So she was pushed to her limit, to her breaking point. And that's what Africa will do to you. I'm telling y'all. One time, y'all, I thought I could stay in Africa for 60 days. I thought I could stay for 2 months straight. And I swear to you, I lost my mind, just like ART CATHEY. I was over there going clean off on everybody. On everybody. I said to myself, self, you ain't never going to Africa and staying longer than 30 days. And you're going to be lucky if you stay 30 days. Yeah. 3 weeks is probably all I can handle. That's probably all I can take. Because it's too much. It's the longer I stay, the more chances I take of getting sick. Because of the Senate, because of just what she's talking about. And I asked him that. I said, are they going to change the baby and make my sandwich? Or are they going to change the baby, wash their hands, and make my sandwich? He looked at me and he said, baby, I'm going to tell you the truth. No, they're not going to wash their hands, baby. They're going to make your sandwich. He said, they don't know about the sanitation like y'all do. He said, you know how y'all know about food safety, food sanitation? They don't know about that. He said, they're not trained on food sanitation like that. And furthermore, he said, she don't have no place out there to wash her hands like that. And she doesn't understand the I guess the importance of washing your hands. Because it's not taught like that. The germs are transmitted like that. And honey, do y'all know after he admitted that to me, I said to myself, I will not be eating at one of them places again. I became real selective about where I ate at. That's a lie. People do watch themselves. Some people do. Some of them don't, though, London Lady. I know what she's down, London Lady. Some of them we see there, they look like they haven't taken baths in I don't know how long. Some of them, not all of them. Well, they ain't eating McDonald's, are they? London Lady says. So sad. She will be missed. Yeah, she will. She's she's too harsh though. It's only hurt her in the end. And then that's time to go. That's time to go. Yeah, and that's what he said. She was too harsh. But she wasn't talking to us. She wasn't talk. That's the whole thing. That's what people got to like when I talk to my friends, it's completely different than when I'm talking on YouTube. Okay, when I'm sitting down talking to my friends, it is not the same conversation. It is not, especially when I'm upset or when I'm bothered. So that's what y'all have to I want y'all to please understand that moment in time. That moment in time was a moment when she was extremely frustrated. Extremely frustrated. And what was the outlet? YouTube. So I'm going to get on here and I'm going to say how I feel. And yes, it was harsh. And yes, it was rough. Imagine if a Gambian went to the U.S. and ran his mouth. They do that, London Lady, about the U.S. people. Then they'd be thrown. No, they wouldn't be thrown out because they do that. They do that. They come over here and they sit in our face and they try to talk about us. They tell us we're lazy. They tell us we don't want to work. That's why we don't have nothing. They dismiss the discrimination that we go through in this country. They dismiss everything that we go through in this country, and they just sum it all up as we're just lazy. So they do that. I've been around lots of Africans, London Lady, lots of them. And this is what they truly think about us. Yes, they do come over here and talk trash about us. Especially, they won't talk trash about the white people. They won't talk trash about nobody else but the Black American. They will sit and talk trash about the Black American. And yes, they will. Yes, they will. And they're not going to throw them out for that. They're only going to throw them out if they get up and get on social media and talk about the president like that. Well, if they get up there and call us a bunch of N-words and talk about they want to do stuff to us, now that will get you in trouble. That's called a hate crime. The Gambia had nothing to do with the reasons of her anger. The anger and overreactions came with her from the U.S. Well, I think the situation she was put in the Gambia had something to do with it. T&K, why does Gambia have to get all of the honey? But they do. You notice that too, London Lady? They get all the nutcases. I think people running away from themselves. Yep, T&K, that's it. You run away from yourself and then you find yourself. You really going to find yourself in Africa, honey. It's going to smack you in the face. Why are the expat women dying? Anja Afrik passed also, and the other sisters from the UK. That's what I want to know. But without autopsies, how are we gonna figure that one out? We're not. And come on next week, okay? And we're gonna talk about that next week. Art was trying to warn us here in America. Yeah, she was. I don't understand her critique of Africa. She brought her own pain and misery, suffering for a lost cause. No, her suffering came from the conditions. Y'all know what, if you ain't never been to Africa, and if you have, you know exactly what she's talking about. Y'all trying to act like y'all don't, then okay, act like you don't. I lived between Tanzania and Zambia for 5 years. Watching art made me initially want to go to the Gambia, but I changed my mind because it was a lockdown when I was ready to leave in 2020. Africa isn't easy. No, it is not easy. not by any means. So when people, it's gonna, and then everybody's gonna react different to it. I told y'all before I went, I had to go to a class, a cultural immersion class, and I was in that class for 30 days before I even went. So I can't imagine people going without going to that class. Well, I wouldn't even travel there to torture myself like that. And that's what I call it. That's what I said. I said every time I go to Africa, I feel like I'm being paid to be tortured. For real. I truly do. And then you say, but what you keep going for? I don't know. Something keeps calling me there. It keeps calling me back. I don't know. I think it's my grandparents. They love Africa. They love it. It's where they come from. So it just calls me back, and I just got to go. I got to go. And I got to go sit in that sun, and I got to go sit in that, sit not in that water, sit by the water. I just got to go. I keep getting called back. It's not going to let me go. With tourism comes drugs, gambling, and prostitution. She right. We bring all that there. People talk about Americans all the time. We are not thin-skinned. No, we don't care. And they know Black Americans will tell you to your face, I don't care. We don't care. Like Kanye West. Remember Kanye West made a song saying we don't care what people say? Because we don't. We don't care what people say. Black Americans don't care what people say. Not all Africans here in the U.S., of course, have that mindset. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. But a lot of them do. I have sat there because I told you I used to kick it with all the Africans because I wanted to know. And I had a lot of African friends. And the stuff they would say about my people, my people, man, I couldn't believe it. Like we didn't go through slavery in this country. Like we haven't been discriminated against in this country to the point where they had to pass laws to stop people from doing it. Even so, pass laws and put equipment in place so the police wouldn't do it. And then y'all have the nerve to come over here and say, we're just lazy. That's why we don't have certain things in America, because we're lazy. Wow, that blows my mind. What happened to her? Ooh, what happened to ART CATHEY? She passed away. Jazz Flower says she was into herbal healing. Hate that she died of cancer. Whoever she was carrying this heavy, her presence will be missed, honey. It sure will. It's missed already. Well, I remember Kiki was saying her looks were changing. So sad. Thank you, honey child. I said that. When people were saying she ain't got cancer, she lying, she Truth Serum. Remember, he was the main one. How is he doing, y'all? I need to put a post up for him. Because I ain't seen him. I don't like that. He been gone a long time. And you know who else been gone a long time? Crefto Walk. Yeah, I got to put some posts up for them. American Freedman says, how would the reaction to her rant be if she was a white person? Good point. Good point. How would it be? How would it be? Right, Kiki. Our ancestors fought for Black immigrants to live comfortably in the U.S. Honey Child says you did. How many Africans? I don't get that. Okay. That's why I'm shocked. You called this out and they were mean to you. That's why I'm so shocked. You called this out and they were mean to you. Yep, I told them. I knew she had cancer. I knew she was sick. I knew everything she was saying was true because all you got to do is go back and look through her pictures. Cancer is a look. You get skinny. And she was getting skinny, just skinny and skinny. Yes, honey child, I believed. I knew she was. I'm so glad you remembered that. Yes. And they were saying no, no. Even when I was in Africa, when she said that she was healed, they was writing me in the Gambia saying, I thought she said, what about now? What about now? You still think ART CATHEY have cancer? She said she was healed. You still don't think she was lying? You still don't think she's a scammer? Nope. And I think I said something like that. I think I said that some people believe in healing because I do. I feel sorry for ART CATHEY, and I've always felt sorry for her. I felt sorry for her for what happened to her in Africa. I felt sorry for her because she had a breakdown and the whole world watched and judged her on it. Don't judge me on my lowest moment, y'all. Please don't do that to me. Don't judge me on my lowest moment. Don't do that. If I ever come on here ranting and raving, cussing like that, y'all know, oh, something's wrong. Kiki is disturbed. Something has happened. But don't judge my whole life from that moment. Art had a rough time, a rough time. Art was a lady, a classy lady. She comes from classiness. She's not a hood rat. She not a Phoenix Rain. She don't want to be around Phoenix Rain types. That's what was coming to the Gambia. Trash. She didn't want to be around that trash. And being around that trash, then being around what was going on in the Gambia, that whole culture that she wasn't used to. Yeah, it was too much. The food, like she said, Art eats a certain way. Then you get over there, then instantly you can't get your food. You can't, because I remember her in the Gambia cooking all the time. Now I know why. You can't get your food. So you gotta cook. And sometimes in the Gambia, cooking is almost nearly impossible, honey. It's almost nearly impossible. Wow, rest in peace. You completely said this. Yeah. And they tried, Miss Me says, and they try to deny that the Black Americans are why they are even here. Honey child, yes indeed. Wow, that was prophetic. Too many people pass away after moving to Africa because it's too dang on stressful. They try to keep telling you it ain't stressful, it ain't stressful. That's a lie. That's a lie. You see, this was a social and cultural norm that drove out ART CATHEY out of Gambia. And like she said, the curse word, they can't stand, Africans can't stand curse words. They can't stand curse words. Why the crazy? And that's what I asked him. You know what he said? Because Kiki, I was in Gambia and I needed to take money online. People wanted to pay online, okay, like with PayPal and different money systems that were online. He said he couldn't set up an account because he was in Gambia. He was outside of the United States. So Phoenix wanted to come work for them. Phoenix was talking about she had done all this finance. He was telling her not the financial problems, he was just telling them what they needed. And, she was saying, I've done all this work, international finance. I know about finances. I know how to open up these accounts. I know how to manage accounts. So she presented herself as if she knew about finances, like she knew about managing accounts, like she knew about online money transfers. That's why he hired her. And I said, crazy. People who do this type of work in real life, they cost money. You got to pay them a lot of money because they're going to walk away from their employer. You're going to have to compensate them. They're not going to come for a internship program. They're not going to come from that. I said, Phoenix didn't. She's lying. She didn't have this type of background. She was sleeping on somebody's couch. If she was really this international finance person, she would have a job. So that's why he told me he needed somebody. She presented herself as if she had, done it, and he hired her. Yeah, no. I haven't talked to him. I told him, but I haven't talked to him after that. And I don't think he knew, because he had texted me about something just had nothing to do with art. So I know he didn't know, because he would have texted me and said, did you hear about art? And I texted him and I told him. So I hated to tell him that way, but I didn't want him to just see it out there. Yep, they had a fallout. You know what they was falling out about? Phoenix. Because Quasi was bringing these people there. He was expanding the company, but he wasn't going to Art sitting down saying, okay, Art, we need to do this. We need to hire these people, blah, blah, blah. She wasn't doing that. He wasn't doing that. And when he brought them two on, she was mad. When she brought Phoenix on, he was mad. He was on fire. She was on fire when he brought Phoenix on. And that's when the falling out happened, because of her. Honey Child says, we fall out, yet we still have a heart. I know he feels this one. I know he do too. I know he hurt bad. I know he can't even believe it. That was his partner, his business. Now your business partner is dead? Nah, man, come on. Yeah, this man is hurt. They fell out, but it wasn't like that. They still talk, It wasn't like we fall out and we don't never, we wish ill will on each other. Black Americans going to Africa to live need to change their mindset. They are not going to change Africa. No, they're not. You ain't going to change Africa. You ain't going to change Africa. Africans, you not going to build Africa. You be lucky if you get your house built. Lucky if you get that. If you want to do all that, you need to do that in your own backyard. Go down to Mississippi. They need you. They need us bad in Mississippi and Louisiana. They need us bad. West Virginia. Let me know when y'all want to go. Let me know when y'all want to go. Because they need us bad. Go there. Yep, she's gone. Yep, it's heartbreaking. Even if for 2 weeks London Lady says, even if we go for 2 weeks in Africa, we always take out insurance, myself and my son. You never know what can happen. Mm-hmm. And if you need to be out of somewhere, you can go. Thank you, London Lady. You're right. Damn, Honey Child says, oh my God, Quasi. No, he didn't know. He didn't know. Because he was talking to me about something completely random. Just something, we were talking about the book, and then he taught me, so he was talking about something else, and he never brought it up. And I was like, wait a minute. He doesn't know. Because if he knew, the first thing he would say is, he would say, Kiki, did you hear about art? So I answered his questions, and then I subtly told him at the end that Art passed away. He didn't even know Art was sick. Because I asked him, did he ever hear about her having cancer? He said no. She never even known she was sick. In fact, I take out insurance wherever I go. Come to think out, but yep. Miss Kiki, I remember that you mentioned Aunt Kathy was sick. I never wish sickness on anyone. However, I must be honest. Miss Art Kathy was not a nice person, even when she wasn't ranting. Oh, I'm sorry you feel like that, Dee. I really do. I liked Art Kathy. I'm sorry you didn't feel like she was a nice person. Honey Child, yes, indeed. When she came back to the U.S., I was doing the tiny house and I figured, oh, great, she's doing their thing, Honey Child says. And here, and here in Savannah and South Carolina, it sounds like witchcraft. Well, that's not, see, this, let me tell you how to measure if it's witchcraft. Witchcraft just come up out of nowhere. And you know how else you know it's witchcraft? They can't explain it. Like it'll be a sickness like this sick, she would have just passed away and we didn't know what happened. It wouldn't have been, I had surgery in 2023. They found something. I had a blockage, blah, blah, blah. This is coming from complications of that. Now I have cancer. No, you wouldn't know none of that. It'd be like a mysterious illness, some crazy out of the blue illness there ain't no cure for, ain't no medicine for, ain't nothing for. Ain't even heard of it for real. That it's like that. That's how you know it's witchcraft. But this is we can trace it too much. We can trace it to its origins. Honey Child says, I figured because I just saw it when you were online. Anja's death was witchcraft. Thank you. See the difference? You see the difference? To this day, we don't know what happened to her. No. I told y'all, them dirty, dirty broads. I can't stand them dirty broads in the Gambia. That's Sisters International. I just want to go back to high school and I want to meet them on the playground. Okay? All of them. Even though it's only 2. Them dirty broads, Sisters International. I can't stand them. I can't stand them because they know what was going on. They know what this was. And they were all over there playing with this witchcraft, playing with this juju. And they knew it. They knew it. This is completely different. Completely different. I got a message, all right? I got a message that said, these people have these organizations, these repat organizations. Well, this repat organization, they think they're foolproof because they're in these WhatsApp groups. But guess what? There's always somebody in y'all group who has a conscience. And that person, you know what they do with y'all email, y'all little messages? They send them to me. So they sent me the message. They sent me the message. And the message said that, oh, y'all, I forgot that fast. Oh, my God. They sent me a message. And in this message, it was talking about how they knew what was going on with certain people. Okay? But Sisters International, they didn't release this message. They didn't release none of the messages. They just kept them. Whatever message they had in that group, when they was talking about what was going on with these deaths, they kept them in the group. They didn't share it with us. They didn't warn us. They didn't tell us anything. Like that one video I keep playing for y'all where she's talking about somebody broke in her house and blah, blah, blah. They never told us that. That was inside the Little Sisters International group. And the group had a group. So there was a group where they would talk about all the safety stuff, everything that was going on. And then there was this big group, but they wouldn't share it with the big group. They would share the safety concerns with the little group. Yeah. Anja's death was witchcraft. And I got one of these groups, I got a message, right? And this message said, Anja was collected on the street. So I'm like, Anja was collected. What does that mean? So I started asking, my husband, I was like, what does collected mean? When somebody say you were collected, what does that mean? He said that mean the police came and got you, or somebody just picked you up off the street. Like it was either the police or it was somebody who was looking for you. So they said that's what they did to Anja. They collected her. We don't know what happened to her after that. I can't even tell you what happened to her after that. I had my family in the Gambia running all over. They was going to Tanka. They went to the Middle Health Hospital. They went to the Medicare Hospital. They went to all these different places. Wherever there was a lead, I had them go check. Please go check. Please go check. Quasi was even checking. Quasi was calling around checking. Nobody knew where she was. Nobody knew where she was. And then when we kept on, we put the heat on them. Men for Black put the heat on them. And when the heat got on them, it got too hot. That's when they started telling. That's when it started coming out. Oh, Anja's in the hospital and she needs $175,000 and she's paralyzed from the neck down. What? What? And nobody said nothing. And we've been looking for this woman for over a month. And you all said nothing. You sat on the information. Well, Anja lay. I believe Anja was gone, y'all, long before then. I believe Anja had left a long time ago and they just didn't tell us. This is how dirty them repats are. This is how dirty they are. That's what happened to Anja. That was witchcraft. That was nothing but witchcraft. Until this day, we don't even know what happened to her. I don't even know where she was buried. Why blame witchcraft just because she passed in Africa? I don't think right. White London lady, that wasn't witchcraft. And I don't think that just because she didn't have pass in Africa because she didn't have the money to get home. I just saw a message. She said she had posted a few days ago. She did say she was not able to chat much at this time. Wow. No, because she made enemies there. Scared of those chicks, dangerous savages, Honeychild says. Honeychild said, did the other sister family get her keys back from her salon? I forgot her name. You talking about Mary? I don't know. The last I heard, because I had them running over to Mary's salon, it was closed. It had opened back up. Remember the sister sent somebody over there, a friend, and a friend said it was open. And the friend asked the neighbor next door, and the neighbor said, yeah, it's open. And that red truck be there all the time. And that was her truck, remember? Okay, so after that, they confronted him about the store, the salon being open, and where's the keys and all that. It was closed. And that family was really going through it, y'all. That family was really going through it with Mary passing away. And I just kind of backed out. When it's when I see it's like that, I just kind of back out. I don't ask questions. I just do the story and I just leave it alone. And I let them reach out to me. Me and the sister, we talked a couple times afterwards, but I just kind of left it alone. I just pray that they're okay. Auntie Sherry says, no. Yeah, Auntie Sherry, it's true. ART CATHEY died from, we believe it's from her cancer. We don't know for sure, though. We don't know. Watch these. Is this an IFA groups? You find a lot of them after. Oh, IFA. Okay, she says, watch the IFA groups. You find a lot of them after this witchcraft. They tend to turn less Oh, for real? They tend to turn lesbians. No shade. It's a real so the mermaids are gay? What you mean it's a mermaid spirit? Okay, so you know what, y'all? This was just something I was just talking to one of my friends about. I said, there's a lot of women, single women in the Gambia. And I said, but they don't want a man. I said, I don't understand why would single women want to go to the Gambia and they don't want a man? And I said, I thought they were lesbians. I really did. And no offense to the lesbians, there's nothing wrong with being a lesbian if you want to be a lesbian. But why would you go to a country that's dominated by males? But Ifa is there. And you're right. They all get into Ifa, and that's where they go wrong because they're not studying real Ifa because real Ifa is not witchcraft. Witchcraft is juju. And that's completely different from Ifa. But Ifa, people with they don't know the difference. They mix them up. And that's how they get messed up. That's why you started teaching the repats that were going home how to be safe when traveling because of the many deaths. Yes. Yes. That was the main reason. And because they don't know how to do relationships. I realize we don't know nothing about African men and we don't know how to do the relationships. And that was another reason because I'm like, oh, you can't be going over there doing that. You can't be going over there doing that. It's a lot of stuff you can't do that you do here. Yes, I wanted people to be safe. The question is, why do so many unfulfilled middle-aged Black women move to Africa? That's a good question. JW, that's a good question. Miss D says you know it. Honey Child says you know it to Miss D. Honey Child says that's how I got into your channel. She was explaining they were poisoning her at the restaurant. Remember that? She was visiting and the guy was dating and he was stalking her. You remember that? That was all juju she was going through. Remember when she said the guy that Lord, I don't forgive me for laughing. But remember when she was talking about the Angie was talking about the animals was talking to her? They was telling her that the boyfriend was no good. Remember that? I liked Art Cathy. She had a very strong, feisty spirit. She was outspoken. I honestly didn't believe she was sick. Really? At first. Why? Why would she lie about that? Ain't nobody gonna lie on themselves like that. I hope not. Honey Child said, yes, I remember. Yes, the truck was. Yes, indeed. It sure was. Y'all remember that? Sisters, be careful. You have no idea when you own something in Africa, something happens to you. It doesn't go to your family in the US. It sure does not. We ain't never gonna see it. Huh, no. Ngozi stuff, the lady I'm doing next week. Y'all heard the video. If y'all ain't seen the videos, y'all need to go back and see. Y'all see what happened to her stuff. Y'all see what happened to her stuff. And they keep on telling us the sister is coming. When is she coming? The sister trying to come. The sister come. What? That whole thing in Ghana just seemed like a whole hot mess. Honey Child says yes. The mermaid spirit are lovers. What? Girl, don't tell me that. Please don't tell me that. Are you serious? And you know what? It makes sense now why they keep pushing this mermaid thing, this mermaid spirit. But that can't be the mermaid spirit in Ifa because, you know, they said Ifa, the mermaid was really from Ifa. Y'all know that, right? Oh, shoot. What did I do? Wait a minute, y'all. Sorry. I'm sorry, Kiyomi. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, they said that was from EFA, so I'm shocked to hear that. I'm going to have to research that. I never heard that. That's crazy. Oh. So you can't never look at nothing as being innocent. All right, where we at? Let me get these comments so we can go. This is just really sad, y'all. We ain't going to be seeing no more ART CATHEY. We're not going to hear no more videos. Nothing. Nothing, no more about ART CATHEY. That's just really sad. Yep. They are lesbians. I'm about to look, honey child, when I get off of here. I had my child die to a woman my ex-husband was dating. What? I had my child die to a woman. Oh, you had my child. What? I divorced him, and this SHIT has chased me to isolation. I've learned a lot to be safe. They are not your friends. Honey child, say that again. Explain that part. Believe in God says the Gambia is full of abusive men, pedos, jealousy, voodoo casting, broken people. Oh my God. They poison and put spell work on women they can't control. Ah. Y'all believe that? That sounds familiar. Who was an Ephi priestess in Houston? Sisterhood Creations. What? Who was that? Who was Sisterhood Creations? Who was an Ephi priestess? Who was Sisterhood Creations? And she was an Ephi priestess in Houston? Who y'all talking about? I'm in the U.S. and I still don't want no damn man. And Yanti says I'm far from a lesbian. Wait. Yes, sweetie, ART CATHEY passed away. I remember when Sister Aja said that. I've been through this. I've been through it, is why I was in shock. My family thought I lost my mind until a medical doctor explained I had been poisoned and something only from West Africa. Oh my God. My ex-husband is from Senegal. I'm done. Girl, I know. I wouldn't lie. I don't blame you. Peace and blessing. Hey, how you doing, sweetie? Oshun killed her husband. Did she? Y'all know I'm gonna look that up. I ain't never heard Oshun killed her husband. You know they all want to be daughters of Oshun. They all want to be Oshun's daughter. I beg. When did she pass? We don't know. Maybe 2 days ago. Listen to Pastor Stephen Darby. Who was Stephen Darby? Who was that? Girl, you don't know what they're practicing. They are just mixing. They sure are. They mixing it all up, putting on some cowrie shells and some African fabric and calling on anything. They sure do. She's not. That's how they get in. That's how they get in trouble. They don't know what they doing, calling on anything. Just like she said, putting on African garbage. And, oh God, forgive me. Putting on African jewelry, putting on African clothes, and then, like she said, calling on anything. My son died, oh my God, of umbilical cord accident and 3 nautical knots. My doctor was from Cuba who explained this to me. Oh, so it was in 3 knots. Oh God. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey child. Oh, I'm sorry. Miss D says, "Oh, Miss D, thank you, sweetie." She says, "Thanks, Miss Kiki, for educating on the culture in Africa and encouraging women to travel there with the man. Dress respectfully, be aware of where you stay, and be careful where you eat and to buy food." Yes, because you got to. You got to. My ex woman was dating a high priestess in Ifa religion. I had no idea my son died, all because she was trying to get his documents in the U.S. And as she says, when they cannot control you. Oh my God, girl. And he was probably taking her your stuff, giving her stuff that belonged to you with your energy on it. The group of women who destroyed my life. Oh no. I'm so sorry, honey child. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, I'll send you some info. Oh, thank you, sweetie. All right, y'all. That's all I got. Yep, this is all I got. Yep, I hate to say goodbye to Art Kathy, but that's all I got. That's the end of the show. Yep, it is the end of the show. I just can't believe it. I'm saddened by it. And I just don't even know what else to say. I just can't believe it. When I get off here from talking to y'all, it's going to go back to I can't believe our Kathy is gone. I can't believe she had cancer and that she couldn't even raise enough money. All those people who knew her, she couldn't even raise enough money to come back to the United States. But that's because people were on here. People were on in social media saying she was lying, she was lying, she was lying. She was scamming, she was scamming, she was scamming. And all those people should burn in hell. I it wasn't until my family started watching your station that they realized, wow, this girl was really been through something, though something, and they even came back to apologize. Yep. Wow. Good night, brown skin. I bet they won't even forget Art. I bet they won't ever forget Art. This is for sure. Nope. Miss Rhonda won't nobody forget her. Once you come in contact with her, you want good night, sweetie. Good night. Thank you for coming out, Mr. Music Man. Um, yep. I offer my condolences to the family. I feel so bad for all of them. The brother just sounds just broken when he wrote that. It was like that's all he could say. Is that why she came back? We don't know if she made it back. The email, the post 2 weeks ago, she was still there, and she was being placed in hospice. And hospice is where you go when you don't have that much time left. And she wanted to come back. She was still trying to collect money to get back, but wow, DeBo, this is really sad. Is that why she could not come back? She wanted to come back. She couldn't. It's not like she didn't have enough money to come back. Your husband took your amniotic sac. Ooh, those were some real devil worshippers. Oh my God. They about to do some real spells with that stuff. uh check my I am. Hold on, let me look at it right now. So I can remind myself to check it. Because I know I'm gonna have a lot. Because the phone just been going on. Hold on. I'm gonna look at it and send it so I can respond to it. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. I don't see a text. Hold on, I'm checking now. I was looking at No, send it again. Okay, here it is. Okay, I got it. Okay. Okay, I got it. Okay, hold on, y'all. So yeah, I gotta get off here and I gotta think about what's gonna happen next. I gotta ponder all this about Art Cathy and try to find some peace with it. But good night, everybody. Just Flower. I love you too, honey child. Honey child, I can't believe you went through that. Girl, you got to send me your story so I can tell that one. Honey, that story need to be in the book. And tell me about the signs because see, there's little stuff they'll do. And you'll feel you won't know what it means. But then you'll be, later on you'll find out, oh, he was doing witchcraft. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody, please check your health. Please. My prayers are with you. His with her family. Me too. Yeah, her brother sounds devastated, London lady. Um, good night to you too. The hospitals here in the US take your umbilical blood and cord. That's rich with cells. And we don't know what they do with it. Well, they're supposed to destroy it. And if they're doing something else with it, they're going to get in a lot of trouble for that. So they can't do anything with it except destroy it. And if they're doing something else, they're going to get in a lot of trouble. Good night, y'all. And rest in peace to Art Cathy. And to her family, oh my God, I just pray for them. Because I know they just torn up. And what a way to start 2026. Losing Art Cathy. Wow. All right, y'all. That's all I have. Oh, he said the hospitals fill umbilical cords for stem cells. Oh, because they do stem. Don't they need your permission to do that though? Oh, they sell the umbilical cords for stem cell research. But don't they need your permission to do that? Thank you, Kiki. Rest in love, Art Cathy. Yes. Yes, they do sell it. No. Oh, they don't? Okay. I don't know how I will sleep tonight. I don't either. I don't either. But I'm gonna try not to think about it though. I'm just gonna try not to think about it. I'm gonna see if I can reach Quasi and see if he got my message, but I don't know. Let me go real quick with y'all on here and let y'all know if he got it yet. Oh, honey child, we love you too, lady. Let me see. Let me see. No. Nope, not yet. Mm-mm. I'll check again tomorrow. He's since it was today, he'll probably contact me tomorrow. Yeah, Debo says good night, Kiki. We love you. I love you guys too. Rest in power, Art Cathy. Update us on Quasi. I know he'll be devastated. I am. I didn't know Art. I was just a spectator. However, this is very deep. Yep. All right, y'all. I'll update y'all as soon as I hear from Quasi. He's probably sleeping, Kiki. You know the time difference. Oh God, you're right. Oh Jesus, honey child, I forgot. Oh, you're right. He is. He is sleeping. Okay, y'all. All right, Art Kathy. Man, I can't believe you gone, girl. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you. I just pray you find peace on the other side. And I pray your family finds peace on this side. It's just sad to lose you. Yep. It's just sad. You meant a lot to this repat movement. But I'm going to remember you in this book. So they'll never forget you. Never. And what you did for this repat movement. Too bad it took you up out of here. I believe it, y'all. I believe the repat movement took her up out of here. What they did to her, yeah. And like I said, every last one of them who did that to her, they're going to burn in hell. They're going to live in hell, then they're going to burn in hell. I did too. I thought she was going to survive. I did too. Yeah, we've been on here almost 4 hours, but it was well worth it to say goodbye. I'm not going to say goodbye. I'm going to say until we meet again, Art Kathy, there's no goodbyes. Thank you for the laughter. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, your knowledge. And until we meet again, because we will meet again. All right, y'all. Pray for Art Kathy on the other side. Pray for her family. Yep, I thought she was going to beat the cancer too, but she didn't. It was the stress from this silly, silly repat movement that cost us all so much money and so many lives. I'm blaming this one on the repat movement too. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye.